I don't know if the titles on the other streams are correct, but just so you know, this one, let me just pull down this because I think they're not putting the right title in, and I had to figure out about that, okay? So I'm just going to pull this up real quick so you can see this is what we're talking about tonight. Shocker, the Serial podcast. It was like the first true crime podcast ever. I was so hooked on that podcast. Adnan Syed, his Maryland murder conviction of his girlfriend, and her murder is reinstated. And I think my headline got cut off there. So it says an X. It should say girlfriend's murder. Let's talk. Then we have a former Massachusetts detective indicted in the death of his pregnant girlfriend and a staged scene. Then lo and behold, a new attorney for Sarah Boone. If you don't know who Sarah Boone is, we've covered her extensively over here. I have her interrogations. I have the suitcase video that is evidence and all of that on this channel. And then Susan Smith, who can forget that horrific case. She said her car was, she was carjacked and someone drove off with her babies. It ended up that she pushed the car into a lake and both babies drowned. She blamed it on a black man. She continued that charade for a few days, and then she admitted what she did. And the reason she did it was because she was in love with another man, and he didn't want any children. Even though her husband that you see there would have gladly taken the kids, she thought, oh, let me go do this. That was absolutely horrific. And she could be eligible for parole here very soon, but we're going to talk because her ex is vowing that he is going to fight her parole, but he's not the only one. So we'll talk about that too. But I want you to know in case whatever's coming up on your screen, if you're in one of the other platforms. Okay, let me just pull up. Let me just see if I have my merge chat. This is all still learning curve stuff. Trying to get used to these different platforms. All right. So we're going to go on and get started here. I think we're going to talk about Adnan first. I'm going to put up a graphic. A little larger. Okay. So his murder conviction has been reinstated. What does it mean, right? Is he back in jail? No, he's not. He's going to remain a free man while this goes and is heard by a lower court. So less than 2 years after he was released from prison, Maryland's top court has ordered a redo on the very hearing that made him a free man. On Friday, the Maryland Supreme Court upheld an appellate court's decision from 2023 to reinstate Adnan Syed's conviction. That's conviction of murder of his girlfriend. The ruling was based on an argument that the murder victim's family did not receive adequate notice about the hearing that led to Adnan Syed's release. So now the case is going to head to a new lower court judge, and that judge will determine the fate of Adnan Syed's conviction. The Maryland Supreme Court said that Adnan can remain free in the meantime. He's 43 years old now. He spent 23 years in prison for the murder of his former high school girlfriend, Hai Min Lee. The case drew national attention. It was the focus. He was the subject of that Serial podcast, the first season. And the episodes raised doubts about some of the case's evidence, and they led to calls for a new trial. Syed was originally facing life in prison until a Baltimore judge vacated his conviction in 2022, and we covered that here on this channel as well. Syed went on to work for Georgetown University's Prisons and Justice Initiative, but this case is far from settled, and here's some facts on the case, okay? It was 1999 when Baltimore high school student Hai Min Lee's body was discovered in a city park. That was a few weeks after she went missing. Her autopsy determined that she had been strangled to death. Now, Syed had dated her, and he was charged with her murder in 2000. He was sentenced to life in prison, and he was 18 years old at the time. He maintained his innocence, but his case received renewed attention in 2014 after it was chronicled in the first season of the Serial podcast. 12 episodes probed into the details of Adnan's case. It exposed flaws in the legal system, and one main question from the podcast was about the reliability of cell phone tower evidence. How reliable is it? Adnan's lawyers raised similar concerns, and in 2016, Adnan was granted a new trial. The state appealed the ruling, and his case went through various courts. In 2019, the U.S. Supreme Court declined to hear his case. But things took a turn in 2022 after a year-long investigation resulted in new information about two possible alternative suspects. In September of that year, Syed was released from prison, and prosecutors later decided to drop all cases against him. Now, why did he get this reinstated conviction? That's because in 2023, Lee's family urged the Appellate Court of Maryland for a redo of the hearing that got Syed his freedom. The family argued that his ex-girlfriend's brother, who lived in California, received only about 3 days' notice about the hearing, and therefore he was unable to attend the hearing in person, violating Maryland's victims' rights. We're not on a campaign to have Adnan Syed put back in jail, said the attorney David Sanford, who represents the Lee family. This is about respecting victims and their representatives. The appellate court ruled in favor of Lee's family and reinstated Syed's murder conviction. The court also ordered a new hearing in the case, and that ruling was upheld by Maryland's highest court on Friday, today. It's an effort to remedy what they perceived to be an injustice to Mr. Syed. The prosecutor and the circuit court worked an injustice against Mr. Lee. Maryland Supreme Court wrote in the opinion on Friday. So what's going to happen next is that Baltimore State Attorney's Office is reviewing the High Court's decision, and it had no further details about what are going to be the next steps going forward. The Lee family attorney said in a statement, they applaud the court for reaffirming crime victims' rights and giving the family the chance to be heard properly in court. And I quote, they said, if there is compelling evidence to support vacating the conviction of Adnan Syed, we will be the first to agree, said the attorney. Excuse me. Adnan's attorney, Erica Suter, said she disagreed with the court's decision, adding that it will put an emotional toll on both the Lee and Syed families. And she said, and I quote, though this latest ruling is a roadblock in the way of Adnan's exoneration, we have faith that justice will prevail, and we will work tirelessly to clear his name once and for all. Okay, so that is that. And if you remember, we were also listening to information about those other suspects and stuff when we were going back over this case a couple years ago. Okay, so let's go now and talk about this Massachusetts An ex-detective is accused of strangling pregnant woman he abused as a teen and trying to make her death look like a suicide. Matthew Farwell is charged for the February 1st, 2021 death. Now let me get her picture up here. Here we go. So they allege that Matthew Farwell killed Sandra Birchmore years after he began grooming and essaying her as a teenager in the Stoughton Police Explorers Academy. Farwell was an instructor in the program, and this program is designed to foster an interest in police work, and this organization worked with the Stoughton Police Department, and they worked together from 2012 to 2022. Farwell, 38 years old, began having intimate relations even when on duty with Birchmore, who was 15 years old at the time. That's according to the acting U.S. Attorney Joshua Levy, and he said that in his news conference on Wednesday. He said, and I quote, "She survived years of grooming, statutory R and S violence, all at the hands of Matthew Farwell. Farwell befriended her. He contacted her online. He went to the library with her before he began having these essays, R's, all that, right?" Prosecutors say that the former detective Farwell killed Birchmore when she was 23 on February 1st, 2021 in her Canton, Massachusetts apartment. He did it because he could no longer control her. Word was starting to get out that they had been together for years and they had been having intimate relations for years. He wanted to silence her permanently, said Levy. Authorities initially ruled Birchmore's death that she took her own life. But now Farwell has been charged with one count of killing a witness or a victim. The FBI arrested him in Revere, Massachusetts on Wednesday. A lawyer for Farwell did not immediately respond for a comment and give a comment to this. Now, in October of 2020, Birchmore told Farwell that she wanted to have a baby, and he agreed to try and see if it happened, right? If she stayed silent about what they did in the past. That was their agreement. Okay, so she wanted to have a child. She was excited about her pregnancy, but Farwell was not, and his behavior grew more erratic and dangerous, according to Levy. Birchmore told Farwell the child was his and began asking him about doctor's appointments, ultrasounds, and what information would be on the birth certificate. A month before she was murdered, one of her friends told the Stoughton Police Department that Farwell had been having intimate relations with Birchmore. Mr. Farwell was losing control in late 2020 and early 2021. The information that Sandra Birchmore possessed about his illegal conduct was in danger of slipping out. In fact, word started to get out about their relationship less than 2 weeks before she was found dead. After that friend came forward, Farwell, who's 6'4", allegedly became violent. Birchmore is only 4'10", and he pushed her. And put her in a chokehold. Prosecutors say Farwell killed Birchmore hours before his wife delivered their third child. So he had his wife and this woman pregnant at the same time. She was strangled as a blizzard approached in the Boston region, and prosecutors say that gave Farwell a cover for Birchmore's absence from work for days. Farwell concealed evidence in Birchmore's death, including, according to prosecutors, telling her to delete evidence on her phone that they had any type of intimate relations before she was 16 years old. He repositioned her body and staged it to make it look like she took her own life. He also lied to detectives with the Massachusetts State Police, and He told investigators that their relationship began in 2020, not 7 years earlier, as it really had. He said he had only had intimate relations with her a few times, and he also allowed only limited consent to search his cell phone. There were more troubling allegations because the S abuse as part of the Police Explorers Club was included in a Marshall Project investigation in partnership with NBC News in May about abuse allegations in law enforcement explorer posts across the country. The program, which is created by the Boy Scouts of America, aims to teach teens and young adults about police work. The news of Farwell's arrest comes 2 years after Stoughton's police chief announced that Farwell and 2 other former officers at the agency, including Farwell's twin brother, William, had inappropriate relations with Birchmore. So him and his twin brother. Did you get that one? William Farwell has denied those allegations. The conclusion came from a lengthy internal affairs investigation, which was prompted by Birchmore's death, said Chief Donna McNamara, and she called the officer's behavior, and I quote, deeply disturbing, and said, through a sustained and deliberate combination of lies, deceits, and treachery, they violated the policies and the core values of the Stoughton Police Department, not to mention human decency. She said the Farwell brothers began as youth participants in the Explorers Club under Robert Devine, the 3rd former officer accused of having inappropriate relationships with Birchmore. All 3 officers with the same teenager. He, Devine, Robert, has denied the allegations. He's a former deputy chief at the Stoughton Police Department and had transformed the Explorers program from a scouting club into a paramilitary group that taught aspects of policing to young people. Now, like Matthew Farwell, his twin brother, William, was also an instructor in the program. And before Birchmore entered the Explorers Club as a young teenage girl, she had difficult childhood, but she had a deep admiration for police, according to a wrongful death suit filed by her family against the Farwell brothers and Robert Devine in 2022. The chief, McNamara, said people with oaths and duties to protect and serve led her to form relationships with these men who were willing to take advantage of her. Matthew Farrell was 27 when he allegedly had his intimate relationship with Birchmore. She was only 15. The internal affairs investigation uncovered hundreds of messages, and they were explicit exchanges that went between them for years, and it showed that William Farrell introduced Birchmore to other men. So not only did he have his way with her, he was introducing her around to other men. And McNamara said all 3 men resigned before they could be interviewed. Asked about other former officers, Levy would not comment. The department recommended that their certifications as police officers be permanently revoked so they cannot serve in law enforcement anywhere in the country. Good idea. Lawyers for the Farwell brothers and Robert Devine refused to comment about the status of their decertifications. But Wednesday, McNamara said it had been her priority for the last 3 years to ensure justice in the case, and said that Sandra Birchmore received no justice during her life. It is imperative that justice be served in her death, and today brings us one step closer to justice. So that, I don't know if any of you are familiar with that case. Hold on, don't be scared. Picture is just... I don't know. Hold on. Life. It is imperative that just... Okay, sorry about that. Hi, White Angel. Let's see. Hi, Al. Bucky, Ann, Margot. Oh, I'm in top chat and not live chat. Sorry about that. It's Bink. Sassy Darcy. Moonbeams, Moon Dreams. Okay. So Yep, we got that. Now let's move on. Moving on. We're going to talk about, we have Sarah Boone, right? And we're going to talk about Susan Smith before we go, because Sarah Boone may take a little longer, and we may look at some other things with Sarah Boone. So we're going to talk about Susan Smith for a little bit right now, and her parole that is upcoming, because there's more than just her ex-husband talking about saying that she shouldn't have parole, okay? So let me just get her picture up there. So okay. So do you guys remember this case, Susan Smith? It's horrific. All right, so she's a South Carolina woman who created a fake story of being carjacked, and that her children were abducted. She didn't know where they were. It was a black man that did this, and this went on for a couple of days until she finally confessed to pushing the vehicle with the sleeping boys in it into, I believe it was John D. Long Lake. She was a Union County woman. This went national. She made these pleas for her children. Her husband was beside himself. They were her 3-year-old son, Michael, and her 14-month-old son, Alexander. And this was in 1994. And this hit me really hard because her son, Alexander, was the same age as my Michael. And my Michael is Michael Christopher Alexander. So the other little boy was 3, and I had Ray that was like, he was 5, and Allie was 7. And she was doing her communion. I told you guys this story, and it's really just hit hard. And it was really, I know my mother was very affected. Everybody, and who could hear this and not be affected by it. It was so horrendous. The boys were beautiful, and she did it because she was having an affair. And the man she was having an affair with, I have videos on this where I go over the letters that this guy sent to her, and they went sent back and forth. He didn't want to have any children or anything, and she just decided just to get rid of her children. And instead of just getting a divorce and giving custody to her husband, she decided to pull this craziness and kill her children. It's just horrendous. She was sentenced to life in prison with the possibility of parole after 30 years. She is in the a correctional institution in Greenwood. Now, she has had no disciplinary issues since 2015. She has earned multiple work credits as a landscape laborer, an office clerk, a teacher's assistant, and in other roles. In April of 2014, she became a ward keeper assistant in the prison. No date has been set for her parole hearing. She does become eligible for parole beginning Monday, November 4th. An official with the Department of Probation, Parole, and Pardon Services said she is expected to appear before the board before the end of the year. Yeah. Let's talk about who wants to keep her in there, okay? Because it's more than just her ex-husband. So let's talk about her husband first. Here's a picture of him holding a picture of his sons. Okay. There we go. So David Smith, Susan Smith reached out to David Smith, pictured there, right? She told him, please do not oppose her bid for freedom. But a family member said he will 100% oppose her release from prison. He has every right to stand in her way, and that's exactly what he's going to do, says his relative. She killed his kids. She caused him a lifetime of heartache. If she thinks he's going to stand by while she tries to get out of jail, she's even more delusional than we ever thought. According to the family member, a spokesperson for the South Carolina Department of Probation, Parole, and Pardons, parole seekers can file a notice that they are seeking an early release. At that point, the state notifies the victim's family, and they have every right to weigh in on the decision. David Smith lost his 3-year-old son, Michael, and 14-month-old son, Alexander, because of his ex-wife and her horrific decision to pretend that someone carjacked them. It's horrendous. Hold on a minute. So she's been incarcerated for a little more than 20 years. She watched her car slowly sink down with the boys strapped in their car seats in John D. Long Lake in Union County. She falsely told police that a black man carjacked her and kidnapped the boys, which led to a manhunt in which authorities went door to door along the local neighborhoods that were predominantly African American. She appeared with her husband on national news every day, pleading for the boys' safe return and sticking to that story. 9 days later, she finally confessed that she made the entire story up and that she had drowned her sons in the lake. Her alleged motive, she was having an affair with a wealthy man who did not want children. They pulled the car from the water, and the little boys were still strapped in their seats. She was convicted of murder but spared the death penalty. She was instead given life in prison with the possibility of parole after 30 years. First parole hearing for her life sentence is scheduled for November 4th, and the parole board will consider David Smith's input in deciding whether to free her. Smith does not have an ally in her former husband. It's just ridiculous that she'd even ask for David's support, says the family member. So the answer is no. No, 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 just no. Okay, but that's not the only no. There's more than that. So her ex-husband is not the only one standing in the way. Tommy Pope, the former solicitor for South Carolina's 16th Judicial Circuit, said that he will be joining forces with the current solicitor, Kevin Brackett, to keep Susan Smith behind bars at South Carolina's Leith Correctional Institution for the rest of her life, saying that he'll do anything to ensure she does not get out of prison. He says actions have consequences, and while mental health issues can be a factor in cases of taking someone's life, he thinks that Susan Smith's decision to drown her young children just to stay with a man who didn't want children was an extreme example of selfishness. He adds that he's pushing to keep her locked up for her life, which he firmly believes is what the jury wanted in the first place. He said under South Carolina law, the trial judge couldn't let the jury know Susan would be eligible for parole when they decided her fate, so he thinks when they gave her life in prison, they wanted life without parole. He's convinced that the jury opted for life so Susan would spend the rest of her days reflecting on what she did to her children. She was convicted of drowning them. Okay, and then lying about this elaborate hoax she put out there and implicated a black man for, and it just was horrendous, and it caused so much grief in that community, and there was this witch hunt, and horrendous. So there's also, I believe, another person that is against this, and it is lover ex-prison guard. Okay, that's another one there. Believe it or not. So an ex-prison guard with whom Susan Smith had an affair while she was in jail says he doesn't think Susan Smith should be allowed parole yet. Her prison record shows that she's not really learned anything other than how to do illegal drugs, said Alfred Rowe. He was on Ashley Banfield. He gave an interview where he says that everyone on News Nation deserves a second chance, including Smith, but she's got a lot of cleaning up to do. So even he is saying, nope, she's not ready. Okay. And now we're going to move on to Sarah Boone. She gets her 9th attorney. 9th. Number 9. It's attorney number 9. For Sarah. Okay, so she, despite having lost 8 attorneys and seemingly forfeiting her right to a court-appointed defense leading up to her trial of a murder charge for her boyfriend that lost his life, zipped into his suitcase, just got some new legal counsel, according to documents filed today, Friday. Sarah, who's 46, was arrested in 2020 after the death of her boyfriend, 42-year-old George Torres Jr. Sarah faces a charge of second-degree murder. She's accused of leaving Torres to die of asphyxiation in a zippered suitcase for up to 11 hours as he called out for her to help him. In June of this year, Sarah's so-called forfeiture to a court-appointed attorney was spelled out as a judicial response that adapts the course of the legal proceeding, so the defendant's choice to engage in misconduct that undermines the legitimate exercise of the right to counsel, with the judge clarifying that Sarah Boone's attorneys were largely required to withdraw due to her behavior towards them, irreconcilable differences, as well as alleged instances of antagonism, hostility, and attacks on her attorney's professionalism were noted among the reasons why some of the withdrawn motions were reportedly granted, while several others more generally cited a conflict between them. On Friday, Sarah Boone requested a motion of continuance to push the trial date from October 7th. She also retained new legal counsel. Her new lawyer is James Owens, of James Owens Attorney at Law, who court documents show had met with Sarah Boone 4 times at the Orange County Jail between August 20th and August 27th. Earlier, a motion was filed Tuesday to dismiss the case altogether on the grounds that the Sixth Amendment, specifically Sarah Boone's right to a speedy trial, had been violated, stating substandard state-provided attorneys should have made this request long ago, proving this is a fact. The motion to dismiss was stricken on Wednesday. Scans attached to the initial filing suggest the request was made directly to the Orange County Clerk of Courts, Tiffany Moore Russell, from a law firm in Bakersfield, California. Thus, the court struck the motion on the grounds that it was filed by a non-party. Sarah Boone's 3-week trial is scheduled to begin October 7th, so they better get cracking, huh? I would imagine there's going to be delays, but we've got about 4 weeks to prepare for a trial there. Yeah, I doubt that's going to be starting on October 7th. I don't know what you guys think. What do you think? It's going to be October 7th? I don't think so. Hi, 61. How are you? Oh, Justina, there you are. I've got to take care of something. Hang on. Let me see here. There we go. And hide and seek. Yeah, that's what it was. Hide and seek, she said. So, I mean, I don't know. I think everybody is familiar with this Sarah Boone case here. Is there anyone that's not familiar with the Sarah Boone case? I'm going to ask a question about it. Okay. Oh, I wanted a poll, not... I started a Q&A. I don't want a Q&A. Hang on a minute. I want a poll. Okay, so I'm asking you a question. And it's totally interactive. If you want to look at her interrogation again to refresh yourself with what went on here, we can do that. And I'm going to leave it up to you if you would like to do that. I know someone else today asked me if we would watch Nick Godejohn's interrogation. So that may be something else you want to do. And you can let me, you would like to watch that, Moon Dream says. 81% are saying yes, they want to watch that. So let me cue that up here. I have it on this channel. Let me see here. Okay, I believe this is mine. Is this the... Okay, let me pull this over.
Talked to a lawyer before and during. Appreciate you coming in.
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, Two-Scooter.
Whenever we have a moment.
Sure. So obviously, he received his autopsy. So I'm going to read you your rights again because we have to talk about that. And
I have to tell you, the pregnant investigator's cough drives me absolutely insane in this interrogation, especially because this is the time when that big C was around. So it just makes me freak out. It gives me a lot of anxiety.
And since I'm talking about the incident, we just have to do it, just like we did yesterday. Just like we did yesterday. Remember I read you the rights?
Yeah.
Your rights? Yeah. So it's the exact same thing, but since I'm asking you follow-up questions, I need to read them to you, okay?
Sure.
All right. So you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say may be used against you in court. You have the right to talk to a lawyer before and during questioning without charge. If you cannot afford a lawyer and want one can be provided for you before questioning without charge. Has anyone threatened you or promised you anything to get you to talk to me?
No.
And do you understand what I just read you?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay. So this morning we went to his autopsy, and we were informed of some injuries that he has by the doctor. So so he's got scratch marks to his back.
I know what that's from.
Okay. And it's called a contusion. Do you know what a contusion is?
She has all the answers.
So like basically you're getting hit, and then you get a mark from it. You'll get bruising, like someone hit you or something like that. It's called a contusion. So he had some injuries to his left shoulder. He had a cut near his lip. We could see his mouth was a little.
I haven't laid a hand on him.
Okay.
She didn't ask him.
He fell off my son's bike,
Okay.
so I don't know. And he's notorious for running into the wall or the hall tree. So
Running into the
Okay.
wall or the
What
whole
about
tree.
the
Hi, Oliver.
Because there's also sex.
Yes.
Okay. Because there's also like a scratch on the back of his neck, kind of going, but it's going straight across.
I have no idea what that's from.
And they're all recent. They occurred recently. It wasn't something that occurred post or that occurred a week ago or 2 days ago, 3 days ago. They definitely occurred, the night leading up to when he was.
In all honesty, we have not gotten into it.
Okay.
That's why, the only thing I thought you guys were going to ask me about, which I was going to be honest with you anyway, are the scratch marks on his back.
Mhm.
Everything else, I have no idea what it is.
Yes, High
No
61,
idea.
this is her.
What it is. Nonetheless,
This is the lady who zipped your boyfriend into the luggage.
Well, your son was there when? When was he last there?
Oh, gosh.
From my understanding, he was there last Tuesday.
I don't know if it was Tuesday, but yes, he was there last week, so.
Well, we're talking about Sunday.
Yeah.
We're just talking about what occurred Sunday. Because like I said, the injuries they occurred within that time period.
So you're talking about day before yesterday?
Sunday leading into Monday. You called us yesterday at 1, but the incident, you guys were painting and stuff the night prior.
Correct.
So we're talking about Sunday and then
That's
into
why
Monday.
I'm thoroughly confused, because we had a good time sitting on the back porch, having wine, and smoking a couple of cigarettes, and then decided to go inside and literally paint, do puzzles, and play, and listen to music. That's why nobody got out of sorts. This is what...
Paint, do puzzles, and play, listen to music. I mean, she makes it sound like they're 8 years old on some kind of a play date, right? Crazy.
What's mind-blowing to me. I have no clue. Nobody laid a hand on anybody.
He also had, on the left side of his forehead, he had basically bruising, and on his head and his skull.
I have no idea.
As if something hit him.
I
considered
have not
force
touched him.
trauma.
I have not touched him. I have not touched him.
Then how would you get those injuries?
Tell me and we'll both know. I have not touched him.
Yesterday, when we took photographs of your overall body, and they did the buccal swabs, did they go under your fingernails?
No.
Okay. Are you willing to let us
Absolutely.
swab underneath your fingernails?
Go for it.
Okay.
I have no idea, and I don't want to seem out of sorts, but I have no idea. We had a good day. It was a good day. We've had good days lately, even considering everything that's going on with our jobs and life in general and ex-wives and everything. It's been good. I don't even know where this is coming from.
Yeah,
I
you
don't
said
even
the
know.
last physical was probably, you said, I think, a month ago? Where you got the injury?
She doesn't know where this is coming from. Her boyfriend was just found dead in a suitcase, but she doesn't know where this is coming from. They've been having good days, right? Good days.
Right? You said that was a
I'll
month
say
ago?
a few weeks, give or take, yeah.
A few weeks. That was the last, physical altercation between the two of you? You said a month ago you hit you with a curtain rod.
Yeah, with a curtain rod. That's why I can't believe you guys didn't take that either.
You didn't get that curtain rod. What's wrong with you?
Like, we've been good. I don't know.
We've been
like,
good though, besides that.
The last time he got out of jail, like, we've been good, and he's been having his classes and seeing his probation officer, who's amazing. So,
What do you mean by good? What's your definition of good?
the probation officer,
No, you said you guys have been good. What's your definition?
I've been good. I don't think you all understand. He comes at me all the time. He comes at me. So it's either I flee or try to go upstairs and go to sleep. That's usually what it is. And I don't know if you talked to Brian about any of that, but most of the time when I flee, I go over there. So.
Right, but you're saying that you guys have been good, and when I asked you yesterday, the last incident that you could remember was the curtain rod incident, which you said was a month ago, so.
Give or take.
Right, so what do you mean by he comes after you? Like,
he gets belligerently drunk. Like, I don't know if you all have looked through my phone yet and seen any of the pictures and or videos that I had taken. And at one point,
They've seen the video. How about the one in the suitcase, which she doesn't remember?
In my pictures, bloody fingers, split foreheads, he split my nose. I've got this.
right,
I don't know if Brian told you about it, where I had to have I had one really bad surgery, but then it got really, 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 really bad, where I had to go like 4 or 5 more times afterwards for them to tend to it, from him poking me in the back of the leg.
right.
So it's,
Then why are you still with him?
everybody asks me that. When I tell you guys this,
Everybody
Angel's
asks her
toilet
that.
paper is strong.
I really love him, like I do, and I feel like I can help him. Like, I feel like I could help him, which I did, because he came a really long way from where he was in Philadelphia to moving back to here and to dealing with everything else that he's been dealing with. I've really helped him. I've bailed him out of jail, 3 times. I've gone to every single hearing and every single arraignment, everything that I did for him. Gone to see all his public defenders, go to the state. I've gone to the state. I did everything for him because I'm trying to help him, because I had hope in him. And he was trying. He was really trying. And then he starts to think about things, and I think he gets overwhelmed, and then it's like, the next thing I know, he's drinking. So it's like, oh man, I know where this is going to go, so I'm going to go upstairs and read a book, or I'm going to go for a bike ride, or I'm going to do something else, where I don't want to drink. I don't want to drink. The occasional wine, whatever, or if it's a weekend, that's when you have a good time. You don't have to wake up the next day. I have to wake up the next day and do things. I have to tend to Lucas. I have to take him to school. I have all this stuff to do. He doesn't know how to, I guess, maintain himself, where I can do 50 things at once and still know the 50 things more prior that I need to get done. He can't process like that. He didn't process like that, so he would literally, not literally, but have smoke coming out of his ears. So the next thing you know, he doesn't want to deal with it. I'm going to go get something to drink. So the majority of the time, I would hang out outside or do something else because I don't want to drink. And every time, his job broke his heart. And it made me sad because he had so much pride in his job. And the store that he took care of so much totally went downhill. And that broke his heart because he had put so much work and effort into fixing it up. And his manager was awful and basically gave up on all of the employees. So I think that had a huge bearing on why he would drink so much.
His
ex-wife is bonkers. She
His
was
ex-wife's
all over
bonkers.
him all the time. Send me money, send me money, send me money. How can I send you money when I don't have a job? And he's still trying to take care of me and Lucas by paying a bill here or there, getting some groceries. So he always had something on his mind, which is why, again, I got the puzzles and the paint to try to get him off of it so we don't have a drink, or he doesn't have a drink. So when you all see my phone, you can see all of the damage he has done to me and the videos of him smashing my television because he's belligerently drunk. Where most of the time, I just don't want to be.
She doesn't realize they have the video of the suitcase.
Eventually, he just passes out.
Well, yesterday it made it sound like you guys were just drinking like a glass or two. Like, yeah, you obviously had the bottle, but you told me on recording like that you were not drunk, he was not drunk, you guys were having a good time.
I can't get drunk. Number one, I do not want to get drunk. I don't like being non-complimentous, having my wits about myself. I don't like feeling out of control.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm just saying, you're making it sound like he's a raging alcoholic today, and yesterday I was kind of asking you those questions, and you're like a little defensive, like, no, we're not alcoholics,
I'm not.
We are not, you know, but you guys were both sober on Sunday, to your knowledge, because when I said you went and passed out, you were like, no, I didn't pass out, I just fell asleep. So now it's kind of like, what is it? Were you guys drinking and it got out of hand, and it got physical?
No.
Or is it...
Sunday was one of the better days that we have had in quite some time. He's dancing with my dog. You can see that, too, on the pictures, him loving the dog. He loves the dog and dancing around, having a good time, and just being happy kind of thing. He doesn't know... I can get, like, maybe 2-3 glasses of wine, and I'll be fine. But I have to have my wits about myself because I don't know what to expect.
Well, let's talk about Sunday. What was Sunday? How were you, like, how many glasses of wine did you have? How many glasses of wine did he have? The bottle was gone. I mean, I don't know if you poured any out. Yes.
No, that was from previous.
You said that there was a half bottle left over.
Yeah, about this much.
And then that you had I don't even know how did you guys get the wine for Sunday?
I'm guessing he went to Publix. Does he leave the house and you stay home, or do you go to Publix? Sometimes I'll go with him.
Okay. Did you go with him Sunday to Publix?
So most of the time what happens is, because the convenience store where we get cigarettes is here, and then Publix literally is cattywampus to it. Okay. So what he'll do is he'll go by Publix, and then on the way back, catch the convenience store.
Okay. So is that what he did Sunday?
I'm guessing that's what he did, because the next thing I know, he's walking in with a bottle. Okay. So that's... Okay. It's him trying to be nice, so I don't have to go out and do it.
It was being nice.
There's stuff that are around the house that I had to take care of. So that's usually what will happen. Or I'm folding laundry and he'll go run out and do whatever.
Okay. So where were you guys at on drunkenness, not drunkenness on Sunday? You told us you weren't drunk.
No, I was not drunk.
Right.
I was not drunk. So with him, I don't know. I know when it's like, oh, okay, man, where I have told him, slow down. It's starting to catch up with you. Slow down.
Slow down.
And another thing, too, is I don't like listening to music with him because he gets too involved in the music, and the music that he listens to is a little rough around the edges, and, like, it makes me fractious listening to his music. So I kept asking him, let's just you and me talk. You and me will just be the ones that are talking, which was fine, because, I mean, we were playing with the dog, whatever, and then it's like, okay, now let's do the painting. We just did the puzzle, took a break, now let's do this. Sure enough, sat down, we're sitting in there talking, laughing, talking about new movies, we're watching movie trailers while we're doing painting and all that other stuff. So it's still background noise to him, because I think that's what he's used to, is having background noise. Where me, I can sit in here all day with not a peep. But he always has to have some kind of background noise, which I didn't mind because the trailers were cool. And he was interested in showing them to me, getting excited about movies that were out or upcoming.
Okay. So on your laptop you're talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay.
And I mean, and then it was...
But you said it was a good day, like you guys didn't have any conversations about your relationship, you guys didn't go down like the rabbit hole, like had too many to drink, and you guys start getting...
No, when I tell you this, it made me so happy that he actually listened to what I had to say with just, we'll get through it. This will be fine. It's a small hurdle that you and I together will get through, because...
Talking about the money, jobs,
daughters, yes.
Nothing relationship-wise, though. Like, no issues. Like, did you guys have a conversation about your relationship, or was it just about
like what's going on right now?
Got it.
I try to evoke it from him so he gets it off his chest, because I call him the volcano, where eventually he's going to erupt.
Right.
And what he has learned in his classes is
The
to
volcano.
communicate, which is a huge thing in a relationship,
Right.
where he has been practicing communication. So he actually talks to me about things and unburdens himself. Put it on me. I'll sit there and try and figure it out for you, like I have almost everything. Not a worry, just tell me, get it out of you.
Right.
But it was, when I tell you, I was so happy. Like, it was such a good day. I kid you not. The weather was beautiful outside. I'm the one that had him go inside so we can do puzzles and painting and listen to music or whatever else he wants to do. So then he starts doing whatever it is we're doing together in the living room, and then starts talking, because I think he gets comfortable with, okay, you know what, we're here, it is a good day. Let me go ahead and explain myself. So I know. Nobody else knows, but I know. Nobody knew George better than I did. I say that I knew George better than himself.
She knew him better than herself. She just,
And I tried in every way, shape, and form. Ask everyone. I helped him. I took care of him. I missed him a lot, and I didn't even sleep last night. I miss him a lot.
I mean, is there any chance it got to be too much for you and you couldn't handle taking care of him and
I never stopped.
trying to...
I never stopped. That's what I'm here for. I never stopped. I'm here now because I'm still trying to help him.
Yeah, we just don't, I mean, it's unexplainable how he got these injuries, and
I have no idea.
you were the only one with him.
100% right hand to God. I have no idea how he got them. Nobody touched anybody. Nobody touched anybody.
Okay. You had mentioned that you would take photos, videos, just kind of like a proof and just in general.
Yeah, I started documenting at one point, but that was way before, I think, the last time that he got arrested, where he was flying off the deep end. But then I had him bailed out. I got him out of jail.
Right.
But because he had violated the pretrial diversion, this time it's probation, so you don't have a choice in it. You have to go to see your probation officer. You have to go to these classes. It's court ordered. Where it took him a while to get used to it and understand, they're not messing around. I even went down and met his probation officer, which I say she's wonderful. That's one of my questions too I need to talk to you about. Hugged me and said how much she knows that I take care of him. She called me personally one time when George was at work, when he was working. 42-minute phone call. She and I just saying how grateful she is that George has me. And she knows how hard I'm working to help him, just as she is and just as the classes will. So once he started actually going on a regular basis to the probation officer, and then to his substance abuse class and his, I don't know what BIP stands for, Matters Intervention Program, and actually listening to what it is everyone had to say, he changed. Like I could see a change in him, where before lashing out, he would think about it. And would always come home and show me his papers, and we would look over his papers together, where it's like, wow, you actually are learning this in class? And some of the stuff that they would show them, like videos, he would come home and be like, Sarah, I'm so sorry for what I've done to you. Because for a video that he watches to make him feel that way, where it's like, oh man, I have done her wrong. But he's changed. He changed.
And that's why you're still with him, even though he's done all these things to you. And
when I tell you I love him, I love him.
Even when you love somebody, you have limits.
Everybody tells me that. All my neighbors still tell me that. The office, property manager.
At some point, somebody gets
I need a
enough,
Libra.
and they have to do something to defend themselves.
I would just flee. And I don't know if you would like to see on my phone, or I think it's actually on a laptop. I actually, because, and you have to understand too, I have, like, prior to classes in PO, Kicked him out. How many times? I had him arrested. How many times?
But you also went down and bailed him
I
out
know.
the next day.
I know.
What's on your laptop?
What was I going to tell you? Oh, previously, I actually looked up how to file a restraining order.
Okay.
Because I would take him out, his parents, because of them constantly having to take him back in, his bags of clothes, all his stuff. The last time, the father came out and irate and just not even, I don't even know if he knew Lucas was in the car. Just opened the back of my car and just started throwing all his crap in, just throwing it. Like the car would jostle, he was throwing all his stuff. At that point, because I continually did it, not continually, I think I maybe did it 3 times, and he has nowhere else to go, they got fed up and said, nope, either you're staying there or you're staying here. But if you're staying here at their place, it's permanent. You're not going back over there anymore. So what happens is, he pursues me. So, I don't know if y'all know where Katie Way Trail is. Okay, so it's literally right there from our apartment. Would ride his bike to work, but before he would leave extra early and come up to the wall, stand on top of his bike and poke his head over because he would know that I would be outside having my morning cigarette and cup of coffee. And I would also know too what time he would get off of work, where I would know, come getting off of work, he's going to do the same thing. So it's not like I ever got like a break from him, where I told you all yesterday, or whatever it was, I started to feel that it was too much togetherness. And when you have too much togetherness, friction happens. So I'm going to go ride my bike. I'm going to go upstairs and read a book. But what does he say? Every waking moment he wants to be with me. So, and mind you, our townhome is either upstairs or downstairs. So it's like, if you would like to sit downstairs and watch a movie or play on the laptop, look up some jobs, you're more than welcome to. I'm just going to be upstairs maybe watching one of my shows or maybe reading a book. So, and then when that would happen, we really needed that. So what's for dinner? And then we would cook together and eat dinner and then crawl in the bed and watch a movie.
Are you talking about this is like recent? I don't. You kind of like lost me. Like what are you?
It was a little while ago. But
now you're talking about tension building up and that you need space. So have you been feeling that way lately, or
no?
Okay.
No. Okay. My thing is too, so you all know. Oh, I hate that you can't talk to her, but Dee, his ex-wife. When I say a monster, she's a monster. Like she withholds their children from speaking to him. So he gets upset about that, and then she like completely berates him about money, about the father that he is, what he did to her, all this other stuff. It doesn't matter. I mean, mind you, this is not like been recent, but which is why he didn't even bother calling anymore, because he knows that she's going to answer and he's going to have to talk to her, so therefore he can't talk to his daughter. The other time he talked to her, made her talk to Cookie. That's on my cell phone too, so you can see it.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
What does she have to do though with anything about what happened Sunday and into Monday?
No, I'm just saying previously why the incidents. What happened is she plays a big part in it.
Okay.
On top of job and money and groceries and all that.
Okay.
Sunday, when I tell you this, I have no idea. I have no idea.
Is there anybody else at the house?
Nope, it's just me and him.
Hello, White Angel.
Since talking yesterday, do you remember any timelines better? Like what time you guys were playing? What time he was zipped up in the luggage? What time you went upstairs?
We started because we cleaned the house a little bit, did some laundry.
You started the activities around 4, you said?
Yes, around 4:30ish, and then...
You just said that it was dark when you were playing hide and seek, and I'm just curious if you remember.
Hide and seek.
But when we were outside, that's where we would start and talk about things, and then eventually I was the one that had him come inside so we could
About what time, do you remember what time that was, is what she's asking.
And you said you went up to bed around
midnight,
fell asleep around 12:30ish. but those are the only times I have. So I have 4 and I have midnight, so there's a big gap. So I'm just curious, like, if you recall when you went upstairs to hide in the shower, or...
Like when we started to play hide and seek.
Yeah.
Well, we went inside probably about, if I had to guess, we weren't out there too long, maybe about 6-ish. Then...
You're talking about from hanging out outside and like... Okay.
Well, we have 2 beach chairs that are out there and
Right.
just enjoy the weather.
Gotcha.
Plus it started to get dark and gnats and mosquitoes.
Yeah.
So, let's go inside. I don't want to be out here anymore.
Okay.
All right, let's go. So we're doing whatever. We did it for a while because that puzzle, I don't know if they took it or they saw it. Worked on the puzzle again, finished it, started to paint. Well, started listening to music for a little bit, started to paint. Can we turn the music off? No problem. Start at the top, paint, whatever. Maybe, gosh, that puzzle, we worked on that for probably a good hour and a half. So 8 o'clock-ish?
Is when you
9
went to
o'clock?
hide upstairs originally?
No, that's when we were like painting. So then it's like, okay, well, I don't want to paint anymore. Let's just, come on. Okay, you want to play hide and seek? What he does is, okay, tag, you're it. So it's like, okay, we know. Okay, take off.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we did.
And then you went upstairs, and then he didn't come up, and you came down, and the suitcase was there originally because you guys were planning to do donations, so
Including
it was
the
already
suitcase.
there. Have you guys ever played you said you played hide and seek like probably 3 times in your relationship.
Mm-hmm.
When you have played, have you ever zipped him up in a suitcase prior?
No.
Okay. So it was just kind of like that prop was there, and it was there,
Yes.
and it was in play because...
Why do you say it like that, though?
I would never do that.
You would never zip them up in a suitcase?
Well, I mean,
We were playing.
no, I know,
that
but
time,
I'm saying, I'm talking about hide and seek, which is a game, so...
The suitcase originally is in our closet, buried all the way to the back. If you, I know the CSI people saw our closet. Our closet needs to be cleaned out really bad. My son's clothes need to be cleaned out really bad because they don't fit him anymore, and I'm tired of looking at them. So he took it upon himself, including that suitcase, to take it downstairs so we can get all of our clothes, our donations and everything, and just leave the whole thing by the clothing and shoe thing at my son's school.
Gotcha. No, I'm just asking, in the past, like, have you ever zipped him up in anything, jokingly or not, but obviously
No.
I understand, you're claiming that Sunday it was a joking matter, you were laughing,
Yes.
he was laughing, but what I'm just asking is in the past, like, is it something
Absolutely
that you
not.
guys normally do?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
We were actually this last game running out of places to hide because we have a townhome where it's upstairs or downstairs. So,
okay, so do you remember making any videos or maybe having any photos, videos that you remember doing on your phone on Sunday?
no.
No?
I think I took a picture of a dog.
Okay. But your phone is password protected, you have the password, he has the facial recognition, so it's not like someone else could be on your phone.
No, I have both.
But you have the face and the password.
Yes.
Yeah, but he only has the face, correct?
No.
To be able to get onto your phone, you told me that he looks at the phone.
Oh, I misunderstood. I thought you were asking if I did. Yes, it's me.
Okay. Does he have access to your phone? Because you said it's a
Yeah.
shared phone. Okay, how does he have access?
Sarah, can I borrow your phone? Yeah, it's right there on the kitchen counter.
Okay, but how does he get
it?
into it because it's password protected?
He'll come and get it to me, and I'll just do the face thing. Where sometimes, too, like, look, he'll joke with me and say, okay, I need to borrow your phone. And he'll hold it while I'm cooking or doing something, do the facial recognition.
Okay, so he doesn't know the password and he doesn't have the facial recognition.
No.
But he is the only other person that would use your phone, I'm
Yes.
assuming, other than...
Well, Lucas.
Right. But Lucas wasn't there Sunday. Right. So, to your recollection, no videos on Sunday?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay.
I mean, I maybe took a picture of them, the two of Tess and
The dogs.
George and them dancing, but I mean, it's just Tess.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So I have something that I want to show you that we found. And
no.
it was
Oh,
from
no.
your phone.
Mm-hmm.
On her phone. Oh, crap. Crap.
If you need to move it around, go ahead.
No, I don't remember that.
For everything you've done to me. For everything you've done to me.
Your battery's about to die.
Shut it down.
Oh, your battery's about to die. Oopsie.
Let me.
Whoopsie.
The battery doesn't last very long.
Yeah, it used to last a lot longer than that. I don't know what happened.
Okay. Let me just grab something.
All right.
Oh, shite, she's thinking. Oh, shite. I gotta think about how to explain this
No, I
away
was just
now.
simply asking because you had a look on your face when she asked you if you've ever done that before. You looked kind of shocked and
No.
Hi,
kind
XL.
of, why did you say it like that? Like,
I don't think you all understand who I am.
okay. Well, tell me.
I mean, I've always been a straight-A student. I am an outstanding mother to my son.
Okay.
I excel at everything.
She excels at everything, guys.
I would not do that.
She wouldn't do
You
it.
wouldn't lock somebody in a suitcase?
Well, I didn't like completely lock it. I mean, I opened it with one finger. I left enough in there for him to get out.
Okay.
And I wasn't planning on going upstairs and going to sleep.
Okay.
Hi, I see you. You see me?
No, it's just the way you said it.
You guys
were-
are scaring me.
Why?
You're scaring her, guys. Come on, stop it.
Well, we just want you to watch this. This came from your phone. Don't you want to know what's on it?
No.
Yes, please. Is it long? Because I don't know how much I can take.
She doesn't know how much she can take.
I don't know how much I can take.
I don't know how to find her.
I don't know how much I can take of this.
Do I have to watch this?
I'm having a panic. I've got to
I
get out of here.
continuously
I've
throw
gotta get out
up.
of
I
here.
don't sleep. I don't want to see it, if that's okay.
How do you know what it is? Then you know what it is.
Well, it's on your phone, and you can either explain it or we take it for what it is.
Yeah. We're just trying to give you the opportunity to tell us what's going on. That's it.
It's that long?
2 minutes.
No.
Oh my gosh, I'm not watching this. 2 minutes. No way.
For everything you've done to me. Fuck you.
And this
Fuck
is,
you.
that's you, your voice.
Stupid. That's my name. Don't wear it up.
Hi, little lady.
Yeah, that's when you do it. You shook me.
I don't want to watch it, please.
I don't want to watch it, please. Please.
Last time we talked to you, you had said that you put him in the suitcase, he had 2 fingers hanging out. and you
I
went to
flipped
bed.
him over.
I flipped it over.
I flipped him over, and that's where it was.
There's 2 different videos and a still picture where, yeah, it shows you flipping him in different positions and him saying that he can't breathe and you saying fuck
So
you.
this is upside down. So in order for him to have gotten into it,
It was flipped up.
right, it was flipped up normal.
Yes.
Like as if you're packing something. So this is upside down.
Guys, this is killing me right now.
So this image is upside down, and then this small video that occurred 11 minutes later, it's flipped over the other way, closer to your dining room table.
Okay.
Now he's obviously still in there. So he didn't, how did it go from the back to the front?
I flipped it.
Okay.
My plan was not to go upstairs and go to sleep,
Well, that's what you did.
Yeah.
but not intentional.
No, you told me you went upstairs because
Look,
you were
Stop
getting
here.
ready for bed.
stopped here.
Okay, but
Where's here?
show me where you can see any fingers coming out, Because there's the end.
And his head's right here.
Mm-hmm.
So going like this, rather than going all the way up, it's like this.
But why is he saying I can't breathe, and why is he pushing on it as if he can't get out?
And it doesn't show a hole.
There's no hole. There's no fingers. I don't see his fingers. There's no hole.
I don't know what you want me to tell you. Like, I don't know, like, what you want me to tell you.
I'm just telling you what we see and what we've heard from the other video.
I understand.
He's begging for you to let him out. You're laughing in the beginning, and then in the end it sounds kind of like a...
No, it's not malicious.
It's not
Well,
malicious.
saying fuck you,
It's not malicious.
then what is that?
What does fuck you mean to you?
Well,
Like if I were to tell my
like he
partner...
does. Like, I get told everything but a white woman, so
Okay.
my intention was not to leave him in there. Please understand that. My intention was not to leave him in there.
But you went upstairs thinking that
She had
he
the
could
best
get
of
himself
intentions.
out, but the video shows
That's
at
why I
no
told
point
you.
can I see his fingers. And
He'll
it
be up
looks
here any
like-
minute.
And then 30 minutes later, he didn't show.
And he's telling you
And I
he
didn't
can't
wake
breathe.
Do you think
not
he's
able to get
joking?
out.
You told me he was laughing, and
We were
the
before.
video, there's no
When we first got in there, both of us were.
So how long was he in there for? Like, this video is at 11:12 when it starts, so was he in there for like a long time prior to you
No.
recording this?
No. No.
So it goes from funny to no longer funny,
But
but
I
you're the
didn't-
only one laughing.
But I didn't think that he was, like, panicky. Like,
So pushing up on a suitcase saying, Sarah, Sarah, Sarah,
I can't
I can't breathe.
George has done that in the past before, too, where it's just like he thinks that he's woe is me kind of thing, where it's like, I don't
He's
think-
never been locked in a suitcase, that's
No.
how he couldn't get out, so.
It's kind of, I thought it was
And
the
you know
boy
the oxygen
crying
is
wolf,
something.
crying wolf
Crying
kind of
wolf.
thing.
Okay.
And again, my plan.
But nowhere in there is he laughing, is he joking, he is begging. And you're the only one laughing,
Okay.
and you're the only one saying derogatory comments, like you're mad.
No. Please don't, I don't mean to sound negative, and I don't know if I can say this, but, like, it's like you guys are kind of trying to, like, feed me. Like,
No, I'm just trying to show you a video that you no longer want to watch because you probably don't want to know the outcome of how and what you said.
well, I know what,
You know what's on that video now?
No.
You remember making that video?
oh,
Why don't you remember making the video?
probably because we had been drinking.
But you weren't drunk.
No. Just because I went upstairs and, just
You
because
told
you're
us-
drunk doesn't mean
told us
that
those
you,
times that you were not drunk. You said that you had your wits about you. You said he had his wits about you.
Mhm.
You said that you don't like not having your wits.
Everybody had
In
their
my
wits.
experience, if somebody cannot remember doing something to the extent of making 2 videos and a video and taking a photo, they are intoxicated.
okay. I understand where you all are coming from.
Well,
I
we're
get
just
it.
trying to make sense of it. We're
Getting
trying
it,
to
okay,
figure out
guys?
what
She
you're
got,
saying.
she's got it.
This
You
video.
explain it to us. We're listening.
I just did, like, we were playing, and then, like, I thought it was, my plan was not to go upstairs and go to sleep.
No.
My plan was not to, he'll be up here any minute.
But
But
you
again-
willingly went upstairs and went to sleep. No one forced you to go upstairs and get
My
ready
plan
for
wasn't
bed.
also to leave him in the suitcase,
So why
That
didn't
was
you
not her
come out?
plan.
because I went upstairs, and then I fell asleep.
But why didn't you consciously think he's asking to come out? He
I
can't
didn't do it
breathe.
intentionally.
What do you think is going to happen if you leave somebody in a confined space like that?
Well, I thought by not giving it up all the way, it would be okay. My plan was not to leave him in the
And what was your
suitcase,
plan?
waiting for him to come upstairs.
And then when he did it?
I fell asleep.
You said you were up there 30 minutes. After 30 minutes, somebody not coming up.
Knowing that the last time you saw him was in the suitcase, 30 minutes later, you're like, maybe I should go check on him? Maybe I shouldn't?
No.
Well, that didn't cross your mind because
That's
it
like
didn't happen.
that's like an assumption. Like, that's what you all are thinking. Just,
We're asking.
it's the
You
whole,
tell us.
it's the drinking. That's what it is. It's the drinking. I thought it was like, I thought he was okay. Like, I didn't, that, you
He's
all.
telling you he's not. He's telling you, Sarah, I can't breathe. He's saying your name and you're like, that's my name, don't wear it out.
Guys, that's how we are with each other. Like, nobody understands our relationship. The whole suitcase thing never happened before.
Would you leave someone else in a suitcase? Would you leave Lucas in a suitcase jokingly? Because it was a
No.
joking matter. You put him in there jokingly. Would you leave Lucas jokingly in there? And you love Lucas, right? And you
I
love
wouldn't do that
George.
to him either. I wouldn't do that to him.
Hi, Joanne.
So, I just...
Well, it's not like, again, I don't think you all understand. Like, it's not that was not my intention.
Wasn't her
Well,
Y'all don't
intention.
have any idea what
By
I've
your
done for
actions.
And
him.
I
But
believe
by
that
your
it wasn't her
actions, that's
intention. I
exactly
believe
right.
that she went
You
upstairs
get
and
to the
fell
point where
asleep.
you've done so
I
much
didn't
for somebody
think
and
that.
they don't show
No.
you any appreciation,
He did.
not by your words in the video. I don't get that.
He did.
Because you bring up the fact that when he's choking you, you can't breathe. That's how you felt when he cheated on you. You couldn't breathe. And you verbally, several times, told him
cheated on me.
just, fuck you.
Well, you
Well,
said it in the video,
in the
but you won't let us play the rest of it 'cause you don't
And
want
you-
to...
When I
told
say
him.
cheating, it's on his phone.
Okay. Cheating is cheating.
I
And if
think
you
so
cheat-
too.
Exactly.
It's your definition of cheating, though, so, I mean,
Yeah.
that's what the word cheat means.
And that's what you told him in the video. That I couldn't breathe when you cheated on me.
No.
That's how I felt when he said, Sarah, I can't breathe. And you told him,
I don't
fuck
know what
you.
you. This is
What would you
Life
say
changing.
if somebody told you that they had done this?
done what?
Zip somebody in a suitcase and went up and went to bed.
Do you all not think? So you all think that it's like, oh, good, I got him in there. Now I'm gonna go to sleep. Is that what you guys are trying to assume, or trying to like?
The video is very portraying of the opposite of what you told us.
No.
It is not leading up, it is not matching what statement you gave us in the car.
So,
And that's why we want to know,
and I
the
don't remember
injuries-
doing those.
the injuries are not consistent with what you told us. So we have a lot of inconsistencies, and this video explains itself. It really, truly does.
You don't think that I have thought about that?
Thought about the video, or thought about...
But no, again, if you don't mind, please. So you all are assuming that it's like, oh, good, I got him in there, now I'm going to go to sleep? Is that what you all are assuming?
You're all
Well, it's not an
assuming that.
assumption when that's what you told us that happened.
That's what
Mhm.
happened.
And the video,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean,
But I'm not going to say,
you thought he could
Those
get out on
thoughts,
his
yes.
but the video shows that he can knock it out on his own.
but when I unzipped it with one finger.
From the outside.
But it had the hole in it.
And
You
you're
couldn't
claiming
get
that
out,
had a
obviously,
paper clip, so
otherwise you
that's
would
what
be out.
assisted you in doing it.
No.
What you told us.
When I had my sweatshirt, I said I thought it had a paper clip on it. It's
But
got,
the zipper part is broken, that
yes, which
helps
is
you
why
with
we were going to
it.
spin it.
Yeah.
I just,
You were able to unzip it from the outside very easily, because that's the way they're designed.
but you could on the inside too. I don't know how.
So why wouldn't he have gotten himself out if he could? He was
I don't know. Like, I don't know if
asking.
you saw, like, where the hole was. I don't
I
know.
didn't see a hole.
No
I
one
didn't
sees
see
the
no
hole.
fingers
You're the
sticking
only
out.
one that's what I'm saying. Like, he's in one position, and where his head would be, we should be able to see fingers.
Yeah.
And then when it's flipped over onto this right side, again, his head is closer to us facing the video, so we should be able to see fingers, and we don't see anything. We see no movement of him trying to unzip it or physically unzipping it. All we see is pushing up, trying to push out of it.
Please do not assume.
I'm
My-
not assuming. I
my
haven't
intention-
assumed anything. I follow evidence.
But my intention was not, again, oh, good, I got him in there. Now I'm just going to go to sleep.
What do you think someone that knows nothing about this or hears just a little bit like, oh, they were playing around in a suitcase
She's been
and
drinking
then watches
probably
that
went
video?
to sleep. That's what happened.
But you let him out before. I mean, you put him in, so why didn't you take him out?
Because I was upstairs and I fell asleep.
No, before you went upstairs. You like
Missed
consciously had to walk
detentions.
upstairs. I mean, you obviously remember going to bed because you were able to give me a time frame on that. And you specifically told me that you went upstairs.
My intention is not for this to happen. I am sick about it. I've never done anything like this before in the past. I'm sick. Especially with that. I thought I couldn't sleep last night. I don't know.
Well, here's the thing. You tell us the last night, you vividly remember this when you told us last night, that he was laughing, you were laughing, you put him in the suitcase, he has 2 fingers sticking out, and you go to bed. Now we see something totally different. And it actually shows you upset and, again, using derogatory terms to him when he's begging for his life to get out of that suitcase.
So
what,
but my thing
you
is
say
that
we're assuming, we're not assuming,
but
we're
the
telling
finger,
you what's on there.
so it just happened to be that whenever I was videotaping or doing whatever else it was, just happened to not have that in it.
Okay. And you also, in the video, you can't see any holes. There's nowhere in that where the zipper separates and you can see a hole. If there's a hole, he's pushing on it, begging you to get out. We should probably see that hole.
He essentially would have been able to get out.
Huh.
Alcohol.
Based off what you're telling us, he should have been able to get out.
Okay.
But the video shows him attempting to get out, begging to get out, and he can't. So that's just what we're trying to figure out. I don't know if maybe you had too much to drink, you zipped it up all the way, and then,
I did not zip it up all the way.
She did not.
Okay, well. I did not zip it up all the way. This is horrific, okay? Horrific.
Horrific.
It is terrible.
Yeah, so
Horrific.
Horrific.
I don't think I'll ever be right because of this.
No.
Ever be right.
No.
Dealing with everything else that I have in my life, personally.
Her.
And then this,
Okay.
whom I loved. It was not intentional. I will put my hand on the Bible. It was not intentional. I would not do that to him nor anyone else.
But you did.
But
Not
she did not
intentional.
intentional.
You intentionally went up to bed.
I didn't
Intentionally
intentionally
left
go to
him.
bed because I'm thinking, okay,
Hold
good,
on,
he can
hold
get
on.
out.
How did you not intentionally go to bed? You said you went up upstairs and got into bed. That's intentionally going to bed.
Waiting for him.
And he doesn't come, but you don't go down to check on him.
So I happened to go to sleep. When I say go to sleep,
And what do you
it goes
normally
off
do when you go
whatever
to
you're
bed?
gonna do.
What do you normally do when you go to bed?
What do you mean?
What is a bed for? Going to sleep.
Right.
So you go to
But
bed to
obviously
do
you
what?
can tell too that, like, I've
You
been
go to
drinking
bed to
also.
do what? Okay. You kept telling us, hey, I wasn't intoxicated. I wasn't this. I wasn't that.
Being drunk and intoxicated,
She
which,
seems so sorry. Yeah.
yes, you can tell that I had been drinking, but
Thank you for being
Okay.
a
So if you weren't
sergeant for
intoxicated,
55 months.
then why would you ever leave somebody in a suitcase that's begging to get out, that's telling you they can't
if
breathe?
if I hadn't been drinking, you still think it would be the same thing? Where it's like, hop in, I'm gonna go to sleep. Is that what you all are trying to do? To
We're
portray me
not trying
as?
to do
Is that what you're
anything.
trying to do to her?
I'm
Come
simply
on now. Are
asking
you trying to do that?
me what happened?
Everything was fine and dandy.
I don't want to call it
Everything.
fine and
Everything
dandy.
was
Was fine
fine and
and
dandy. We were zippity
You
doo
all
dying
know-
up.
Okay, for me to tell you this, again, mind you, I've been without him for a day now.
Mhm.
I don't know, I mean, I don't know what you all want me to tell you, because this was not in any way, shape, or form, hand on the Bible, intentional.
Okay. So you just left
I
him there
didn't
to
kill
teach
him.
You left him there to teach him a
That's on
lesson?
you.
I didn't mean to leave him there. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
You got up and walked away. How is that not intentionally leaving him there?
Because I'm looking at the hole, knowing that it's there. He'll get out no hum.
Where you're at.
Because you
And then
don't.
he doesn't,
But
but you don't go check on him.
Alright, I said.
You say you're up for 30 minutes and he doesn't come up. You don't go down and check on him?
I'm in the bed.
You even moved,
It goes up.
you admit to moving the suitcase, like, over. So
You roll it.
you roll it over, like, it's not like,
I didn't want it to be like that. Don't.
You didn't want him to be upside down? How do you even get upside down?
Right.
Fuck you.
You guys are killing me right now.
I just want you to
Probably
hear.
shut the fuck up.
That's how he talks to me most of the time. I don't know how you want me to say it.
I'm just trying to figure out what you would expect to happen to somebody when you leave them in a suitcase.
I didn't mean to leave him in there.
Okay.
What's your reasoning for not calling 911 sooner?
Because I didn't know what to do and how horrific it was. I called Ryan, and 5 minutes later I called you guys? Not even 5 minutes. Nonetheless, that I had to I was trying to do CPR. I had to get him out and try to do CPR, and then called you guys. And then was continually doing CPR with the dispatch on the phone, where he had me count out loud to help me focus on what I was doing.
It just, I don't know how, I mean, you can sit here all day long and say, I thought he was going to get himself out, but that he didn't, and you went upstairs, and you stayed there for 30 minutes before you fell asleep.
But can I say too,
You chose not to ever at any point during that 30 minutes walk back down and check on him.
No, wait 1 second. Because I know, with you all, and then, because you continually ask me, time frames, where I told you, I don't bother even looking at the clock most of the time. So it's a guesstimate. So for all I know, maybe it was 10 minutes.
Okay. But the point is, you left the living room where he was begging for help and went upstairs. Regardless
again,
of how long you were
But it was
there,
a guesstimate,
you left.
she
You
said.
I thought he was the boy calling wolf. Again.
Okay.
Boy
So when
calling
he
wolf.
asked to be let out, what's your reasoning for not letting him out?
When I was upstairs,
No, when he's asking on the video, he asked multiple times. He asked to be let out. I can't breathe. Why didn't you let him out?
well, number one, I had no idea it was going to end like that.
Okay.
Number one.
Number one.
Number two, just, you know what? I'll give you 5 minutes or so in there. They'll give you 5 minutes or so.
5 minutes for what?
Well, based off the video, one video's at 11:12 and the next one's at 11:23, so you actually gave him at least 11 minutes per video recording. So my thing is, when it stopped, he asked multiple times, I mean, why? Why did you not let him out? It's just a simple question.
To be honest with you, I
Don't
Were you
know.
punishing him?
no. Just,
Well, that's what you're saying in the video.
This is what you get, this is
Yep.
what you make me feel like.
see, and then it's all backfired on me. It's all backfired on me. And I understand the severity of this.
Yeah, he's dead.
It's awful, I know.
Okay.
Wow.
It's awful. And I will tell you both this right now, too. I will never drink alcohol again.
Okay.
I
She's
will
not-
never drink
she's
alcohol
not drinking
again. I don't
alcohol
care what
again,
it
okay?
is
So that's
in
it
any way,
now.
shape, or form. I'm,
But let's get back to this. What was the reason for leaving him when he's begging to be let out? I don't understand that.
what I have a feeling was, and again, it's the whole time frame thing. You all.
I'm not asking a time frame. I don't care about a time frame. He's
So-
in the bag saying, I can't sleep.
My God.
And you say, fuck you.
When he, so for the whole few minutes that he was in there,
Minimum 11, but yes,
Oh.
go ahead. It's a few. 11, minimum.
But-
For the one video.
Well, in between those two videos, it's
Between the two
11
videos?
minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
so what was the question again?
When he's begging for his life, telling you he can't breathe, let me out, and you say, fuck you, why don't you just let him out? What are you trying
I
to
don't-
prove to him? There was obviously something in your head that you were thinking of when he was asking to be let out, and you're like, no,
Again, it's the
no.
boy calling wolf.
Okay, but where's this game end? Did you say this is a game? You got somebody in
Obviously,
there.
the wrong way.
So what was your intention for leaving him in there?
And it's not fair. It is not fair. You guys are trying to, again, he's in there. Night, night.
That's what happened.
No.
That's absolutely what happened.
Intentionally.
How's it not? You got up off the couch, walked up a flight of stairs, and got in your bed.
Thinking he was going to get out.
And he didn't, and you still didn't go down and check
And it's
on
the
him.
whole 30-minute thing that you guys are trying
I
to
don't
do.
care about 30
Whatever.
minutes.
It's like, for all I know, it's 10 minutes.
He's begging for his life, telling you he can't breathe.
I don't know what you want me to tell you. Like, I don't. I didn't intentionally mean for this to happen.
But you
Then what
can't
did you
tell us
intend?
why you left him in there and went upstairs. That's my only issue. Like, what am I supposed to write? What do I write?
So my thing is, though, it's, what I have a feeling is I went upstairs and just hit the bed kind of thing. But, again, I'm thinking, he'll be up here in a minute. But then I go out.
But my question is, why didn't you just let him out prior to going up?
I don't know why.
He's begging to be let out. He's not laughing. He's not having fun.
Guys, I know. I don't
You said this
know.
was supposed to be fun. You were laughing before. Before you said he was laughing, you were laughing, you went upstairs, he had his fingers out of the bag and he was playing. Well, obviously that's not the case.
So are you guys, so what is it you're trying to, like,
We're just trying to figure out why.
why? What?
Why?
What was the motivation for leaving
Hold on a minute.
him in the bag?
Why he was left in the bag? Why the
I
video?
didn't have any motivation. It was he and I having a great day, fooling around and being stupid, and apparently me going upstairs and hitting
Hold
the
on, I'm
bed,
trying to. What is
not
that?
going to sleep, where it's like, I'm tired now, I'm going to go to sleep.
That's excluding,
Hold
you know,
on,
it's a
I
good
don't know what's
analogy,
going
but
on. I'm
excluding
trying
the
to
fact
stop
that
it
he's
for a
got,
minute so I can talk to you about
a
something.
bump on the
and I
back of his
just-
head, a bump on the front of his head, and his lip is
Okay,
busted.
here we go.
And he has a
Oh my
bump on his
God.
eye. I mean,
I don't,
What I want to say is, okay, when she says this, here's the thing. I can see, because I think all of us have done something, not even drinking, because I don't drink, but have you ever said, I'm just going to put my head down for 2 seconds? Either you're laying down with your kid, especially when your kids are little and you're reading one a bedtime story or something, and you just close your eyes and then you wake up an hour later, okay? I kind of think that we know she flipped that suitcase. With the injuries he has on his head, she may have even thrown it down the stairs, which she might have done. That suitcase, I think, originated upstairs, so that he probably got into it upstairs, and I think she threw it down the stairs, flipped it over, and got off a little bit on the power that she had over him, okay? That he was in the suitcase. And then she was all upset that he cheated on her, and so she was really going to town with F you, and then what if she thought, oh, I'm going to give him a scare? She was clearly intoxicated, went upstairs, said, I'm going to give him 5 minutes and I'm going to go back down. And what if she really, boom, passed out and didn't wake up for a long time? So that's the one thing. Then I think maybe when she got up, she was like, oh, crap. Right? Yeah, I don't know. But that's the only thing I'm seeing, like, maybe,
I don't know what you all want me to tell you. Like, this is not fair at all,
yes.
that you all are assuming that that's from me.
Where else did it come
If
from?
you were, say it's opposite, you were in the suitcase and you're asking to be let out, would you hope that that person would let you out? Like, you're asking to be let out of a suitcase, should they not let you out?
Eventually. I'm guessing. I mean, I'm blaming it on the wine.
Blaming on the wine.
So you guys are like assuming that,
You keep saying we're assuming, oh, we're not, we haven't assumed
Asking
anything.
questions.
but you guys are assuming that that's what I did.
No, by what,
Like, this is-
the facts of what happened. We got there, You said you pulled them out of a suitcase. You said you went up, you went to bed. We're not assuming that. These are the facts that you're telling us.
But
Now
what
we're
you said
asking
is
you
like,
to
oh, I'm
explain them.
tired. Oh, I'm tired.
Well, that's what you told me on a sworn recorded statement yesterday. Because when I said, oh, you went upstairs and passed out, you were like, no, I did not pass out. You got attitude with me because you were you
Yep.
thought I was assuming that you were drunk. So that's an assumption. That was an assumption when I said you passed out. And guess what? You corrected me.
You were very adamant about the fact that both of you had your wits about you. What's your favorite word to use?
Compass mentis.
You've used it today too, to say that you guys were within your wits. There's two empty bottles of wine.
Not, but we didn't drink both of them.
I think you did.
We didn't.
There's receipts for the
They were
statement
both
back there.
purchased yesterday, so I don't know how you didn't, because they weren't there the day before.
The one
There's two
was.
Publix receipts from yesterday.
Mhm.
Only thing purchased on either one was a single bottle of wine, 2 of them. So we have each bottle of wine that was empty in your garbage can that you purchased yesterday, or he purchased, but you two would have consumed together.
Okay, well, I
mean, there's receipts, so it's not even worth the going back.
So this is, so I don't know what you guys are, I don't know.
He doesn't
We're just
know.
hoping that we can figure out why you.
What was the motivation?
There was no motivation.
No motivation.
Well,
Well, we're watching a video that, after talking to you, everything was laughing and fun. Now we're watching a video where it's not laughing and fun. He's begging for his life, and you are in a very angry voice telling him to fuck off.
No.
Yes,
it's not.
that's absolutely what it was. It's not an assumption. The video's there. We played it for you.
So you guys think that I intentionally,
You did.
It
You got up
doesn't matter.
on the
I
couch
believe you guys.
and walked up the couch. or walked
How
up
are
the
you
stairs
guys
and got into
believing
bed.
this crap?
That was intentional. There's no way getting around that. You intentionally did that. Nobody drug you up there. You didn't float up the damn stairs.
okay, well, it's not fair. It's not fair
Not
that you
fair.
guys keep trying to say that that's what I did.
Stop it.
I don't know what to tell you.
You told us that. You didn't go upstairs?
Again, there was a hole in a suitcase. I unzipped it from the hole with one finger,
Well, the damn hole didn't do him no good, did it?
but he could push it open.
No, he
Did he?
couldn't. The video
No.
shows him pushing up.
And
If he could push it open, why wouldn't he have gotten out himself? Why would he beg you to open it?
I tell
Okay,
you, he can't breathe.
okay.
If
I-
someone
I-
can do something for themselves, they're going to do it. They don't need assistance unless they need assistance.
So, but why would he start doing it?
Because he couldn't, because it was all the way zipped.
Okay.
Didn't see it.
It wasn't. I intentionally didn't do it. That I intentionally did not do.
What's that? You didn't intentionally do what?
Zip it all the way. He nor I,
Well, he's dead as a result
laid
of your
hands
action.
on each other.
He is dead as a result of
I
your
understand
action.
that.
So,
That's why
You
this.
two didn't lay hands on each other.
No. No. I don't have anything.
You're right.
He doesn't. Whatever that is, whatever it
He
is.
does.
See, this is what happens. It's not fair that you guys, just because he has those, automatically blame it on me. Like,
well,
Where
what
else
about
did you
when
go?
you had your injuries and he gets arrested? Is that not fair?
really? Like,
It's
really?
the exact
Yeah.
same thing.
Really?
He has injuries. You have injuries. Like, what does that mean?
I don't have any injuries.
Correct.
Because
So
he and
nothing
I
happened to
have
you.
not been at it with one another.
So every time that you guys fight, you both hit each other? So you should have probably
No.
gone to jail all those times that he went to jail
No.
for domestic?
Well, the one time I did. But he completely trashed the police report. Because that's nothing what happened. Because the reason why I got taken in was because my story was different than his. So I'm being portrayed as like this abuser.
We're not saying that he doesn't abuse you.
Absolutely.
We're not saying.
So I'm the one that's being portrayed as the abuser.
Because he's
I have never dealt with anything like this before. I don't know what to do, how to do it, and I always know what to do and how to do it. This, I don't know. So I don't know, like, what's going on or, like,
We are simply trying to find out as well. Again, we got one side of the story. You're telling us we're going with what you're saying, but then we find stuff that negates what you're telling us.
And I don't even remember doing that.
Okay. You're telling us that we're assuming stuff, but what we're simply doing is telling you what we saw in the video and
I
repeating what
understand.
you told us.
I understand. Because I don't remember that.
Okay? Doesn't mean it didn't happen just because you don't remember it.
So is the texting thing something about me? Like what's...
The what? Texting? Oh, no, I'm texting.
No,
Are you
You
texting?
guys are scaring me, so like I don't know like
You're
what to
scary.
expect. I mean, I had questions of things that needed to be taken care of. Like I don't...
What are your questions?
I have one last question. You realize you're the person that killed him, right?
I thought about that.
Okay, you left him in a bag when he's begging you, saying, I can't breathe, let me out, and you said, fuck you. And you got up off the couch and went upstairs and left him in that bag.
Not intentionally.
Again,
I would never do that to George.
you did.
Not
It happened.
intentionally. Know that.
I don't.
Know that.
You got up and you went up to bed.
Alcohol is a shitty thing. It's alcohol.
So
Not, again,
the reason that you killed him?
you all,
Please sit down.
listen to me.
Please sit down.
You all, listen. I did not intentionally kill him.
So your intention...
I don't know what it is I
to
need to
punish
do,
him?
or how to do it, or what to say, or how to say it.
But what was your intention?
Everyone knows. Everyone knows.
Everyone knows.
Everything that I've done for George, and love him, and continuously helped him throughout his life with me, and made him a happier, better person.
And everybody has their limits.
Everyone knows that.
Everybody has their limits.
So
Everybody
it's
knows
like,
it.
okay, so while we're in a good place right now, I'm gonna snap? Is that what it, while we're in a good place right now?
Yeah. Absolutely. I got you on video screaming, fuck you.
This is what it feels like when you're choking me. This is what it feels like.
Which
when
was
you're
however
choking
long ago.
me. You said
The
it.
video was from last night.
Clearly,
So it wasn't
Still
that,
inside ya.
yeah.
there's still feelings towards it. You wouldn't say it if you didn't feel it,
But I would never do that.
but it happened, and you did.
But you
But
did
that's
it.
after being playful
But no one's
and having
laughing.
a good day.
No one's laughing except you.
Everybody's
I would hate to see
having
a
a
bad
good day. Oh, I'm sorry?
I would hate to see a bad day.
Y'all are making me out to be a person that I'm not. Or will I ever be.
Or are you a different person when you're drunk?
People have different personalities after they consume alcohol.
It depends. Well,
Because you're sober now, so sober you.
Nice
But what
person.
about drunk you?
Dylan.
not, it's both of us. It's both of us. And it's not fair that you all are assuming that the marks that he has on him are from me.
We asked you where they came from.
I have no idea.
Well, nobody else was there, so nobody else was...
I have no idea. I swear I did not lay a hand on him,
Okay. You just zipped them in the bag.
nor he.
You just zipped them in the bag. And then you flipped the bag around several times.
Several times? Uh-oh. Hold on. Is that buffering? Hang on, it'll be coming back. What is up with this?
And you flipped the bag around several times.
I didn't do that intentionally.
You didn't intentionally flip the bag around?
No, why would I do that?
Well, you
Good
told us
question,
you
you
did it.
did.
When he was upside down.
Right.
Well, you had to put them upside down.
You can't get in a suitcase upside down
Yeah.
because the
Oh my gosh.
When you put the
See,
stuff
and that's the
in where his
unfortunate-
body was?
That's the unfortunate thing too, is nobody else was there. That's the
We have a
unfortunate
video
thing.
showing the suitcase in several different positions. So So it shows, one, like she just said, it had to been on its back with the lid open for him to get in there, for you to zip it up. Then it shows it on the other side with him in it, so you had to flip it to there. Then there's another video where it's on his back again, so you had to flip it to
I'm
there.
leaving it like this, please. I'm leaving it like this. I did not intentionally do this. No malicious content or effort was towards this. No malicious.
I would
I'm
say,
the point of
does
the
that
video.
help you sleep, but you're not sleeping, so.
I mean,
Last night, I
The-
maybe got an hour.
Right.
in your voice, you can hear the maliciousness. The fuck you is very, very,
You don't talk to people like that. That's not like a common, like,
Oh.
hey, Scott, fuck you.
Thank
That's not common. It's not something people do. And no one that sees that is gonna think that.
Okay.
So we were trying to give you an opportunity, and it is what it is.
There's no maliciousness towards
Okay.
that.
So I would probably be telling myself that too after that video.
My intent was not for that to happen.
But you went upstairs and went to bed. Or maybe you passed out, I don't know.
Waiting for him. And the whole time frame thing, it's like,
Regardless.
that's not really fair.
Regardless, waiting for him, it's not like you walked up the stairs. You can't fly up the stairs, no one can take you up the stairs.
Okay.
You go up the stairs, you lay in the
know.
bed, and you wait for him. Who cares if it's 5 minutes? Who cares if it's 30 freaking seconds? He's begging for his life. He's begging to get out. You go upstairs.
you leave them.
It doesn't matter. So get the time frame out of your mind. It
This
doesn't
whole
matter.
thing, it doesn't matter, it doesn't matter, because there's this, so it doesn't matter anything what it is I say. So it makes no difference whatsoever.
It's just you're lying and like you're now changing
Who's
your
lying
story.
about what?
You're now you were drunk.
Oh, I never said that I was drunk.
Exactly, but you did here today. That's okay.
You said earlier,
Everything recorded.
Alcohol.
you blamed it on the alcohol.
You blamed it on the alcohol. Alcohol does a lot to people.
Yes, but I never said I was drunk.
Okay.
You did.
So you did this sober. You knowingly left him down there sober.
I have already told both of you also that we were both drinking.
Right.
Okay.
She already
So
told
you want to
guys.
admit that you were drunk? Is
No.
that-
I'm telling you all both. This has changed my life. I will take this. I don't know.
Yeah. That's a true statement.
Absolutely. But you're trying to dance around the fact that
So,
you
but what
did-
are you, okay, just
You left him in there. You did, trying to
Oh my
dance around the
gosh,
fact you left him in there.
this is not,
You didn't leave him in there?
It's not cool. Like, this is not cool.
It's not cool.
That it,
He's dead. It's
but
not
you
cool.
think that I did that intentionally. You think that I did that intentionally.
You intentionally left him in there and left the room. You went upstairs to a different room.
You intentionally did that.
You did.
Yes.
Because I'm thinking he's gonna get out.
Okay, and he didn't.
Obviously not.
When somebody's begging, saying, I
But
can't
when you
breathe.
say that though, but you have to, y'all
Please
don't,
let me out. I can't
y'all
breathe.
don't know George though. Like, that, again, I thought it was a boy crying wolf. So it's just like, what?
Oh, so if your son was in there and said, I can't breathe, are you going to open it, or is he 9, so he's not,
Really?
It's not a big deal. I'm just valid
Really?
question.
Oh, you
Right.
said you would never put your son in a suitcase. You would only put George in there.
No, George got in a suitcase.
George got it. They were playing hide and seek.
Not all the way and not intentionally to leave him there.
But that's what happened. But you keep going away from it.
I don't know.
That's exactly what happened. You went
I,
up to bed,
so
woke up the next
are
day.
you all trying to have me admit that? Like, are you trying to have me admit that? Because I will never admit it because it's not true. It's not true.
I'm basically stating as a fact because that's what happened.
Okay.
You videotaped him asking to be let out. You go upstairs.
So what, guys? So what? Like, just, I don't know what you want me to say other than it was not out of maliciousness or intentional.
She's not going to admit it.
I don't
guys.
know what or how I can say it. I love George. Love him.
She loves him.
To this day still. Love him.
Love makes you do crazy things.
It's not one of those things where it's like, oh gosh, you know what, I've done enough for you at this point. I never gave up on him.
Okay.
why I'm here today, I'm still not giving up on him. I would do anything for him.
Well, you gave up checking up on him, so.
Wouldn't let him out of the suitcase.
Oh, gosh. Okay.
We're simply just trying to go through, I mean, again, you gave us a completely different story that you churched up to, this was such a lasting matter.
It was fun.
Not by that
All
video.
day, all
Not by
day.
that video, that
All
part
day.
wasn't. Anybody looking at it, I don't think anybody would look at that video and go, George is having fun right now.
No.
So why is it you all think that y'all don't know me, you don't know me,
Nope.
would do something like that,
Y'all
especially
don't know.
having a 9-year-old son?
I don't know.
Like,
what
why-
having a 9-year-old son would be.
Like,
Why are you so, like, caught on what we think,
Yeah.
when
because
you should be
it's
more
like
concerned about what you've told us,
It's because
and
like you guys
The
are
fact
like
that George
trying,
is dead.
the things that the video shows that are opposite of what you told us, and then what you've now
like
told
what
us.
is opposite?
Well, you said that it was funny, and you're the only one laughing.
We were playing before that.
Okay.
But then it stops.
Yeah.
It obviously stops being fun,
Well, I
because you're screaming at him, he's
am
begging
not
to get
screaming
out.
at him.
Sounds like screaming to me.
I don't know what you all want me to tell you. In no way, shape, or form was this intentional. At all. Ever.
Ever.
Okay. Are you still gonna allow us to do your fingernails?
Go for it.
Go for it.
Okay, cool. All right, I'm gonna get that set up.
Do you need any more water? No, but when you come back, can I ask about this?
Yeah.
So what?
Just don't understand.
So it
I don't
wasn't...
understand how your story changes so much to the
How
fact
is
that.
it changing? Please help me explain, understand.
You went on about how this was such a playful thing and you guys were laughing, and it probably was for a few minutes, but then it obviously changes. The whole demeanor of this whole situation completely changes. It's not the funny, laughing matter. He's not laughing at all.
I didn't think he was being serious.
You absolutely sound serious.
I
When you're
didn't think
answering
so.
that.
Like, just,
You don't think your voice, you sounded serious?
it's, okay. I don't know what you want me to tell you.
All the
It was
truth.
a great day.
Okay.
It didn't
Great
end
day.
well,
I
obviously.
was gonna say that,
Yeah.
I mean,
I can't explain to you how horrific it was
okay,
to find him. Horrific.
Horrific.
Because I don't remember taking those videos.
okay.
How horrific. I'm thinking he's in the bathroom. I'm thinking he's downstairs in the laptop. I can't find him. So what's gonna happen? Like,
Here's what gets me though, is you don't remember taking videos, you don't know where he is, you don't remember him being in the suitcase, and you're still telling me that you had your wits about you. How does
but
someone
that's
have their
true.
wits about them when,
See, that's the
They
thing
have all
too.
this
But
stuff.
you can clearly tell that I had been drinking some. You can clearly tell.
I had several people that came up to me in that apartment complex said that you were drunk on a daily basis.
Oh
and you were
my
screaming at
gosh.
him
Right,
regularly.
right.
Really?
Right. Talk to the property
Really?
manager. Talk to the property manager.
Okay.
Because it's not,
These are your neighbors, the one that live next to you. Your property manager does not live next to you. They see you every day. How many,
Oh my
you had two neighbors you
gosh.
went to and asked to go
See,
use the
that is
restroom.
just
and
not
they said no.
fair.
Hold on. You had two different neighbors that lived directly next to you. You asked to use the restroom and they told you no and turned you away. You had to go
Oh.
across the way to somebody else.
no, okay. Kim and Kim is not a nice person.
Okay.
She's just automatically not nice. Even after me and Lucas went over there and introduced ourselves, she's just not a nice person.
Then why would you think she would let you use a restroom?
Because Eli was in there. Eli comes over and talks to us sometimes, which I think pisses Kim off because he comes over and talks to us. The two of them, they're like super standoffish all the time. My neighbors down the street, down the way, their toilet was broken. They had stuff in the bathroom. So then they're like,
Bathroom?
go over there and try over there.
There's two bathrooms.
I
So
wouldn't
both
let
are
somebody go
bathrooms?
upstairs and use my personal bathroom. That's what the
Oh.
downstairs one is for.
If it's somebody you like, would you? Or somebody you knew?
They're in the process of doing all this stuff in the kitchen, and there's stuff in the bathroom, and the toilet doesn't work. Just walk across the way, no problem. And of course they let me in. Them and them, they're together. They're families. And nonetheless, what you really want to know, and I hope it doesn't get them in trouble, but he is over here illegally. So he's trying to work on getting his green card.
What does that got to do with you using the restroom?
They didn't want to be involved.
Should I use yours? You gotta use yours.
No, I was asking last night, because, I mean, we had several different people in the
Assuming
neighborhood
that
come up saying
Eli
that
and
she
Kim.
was drunk on a regular basis.
Eli and Kim. Okay. Did you ask Vinny next door?
Those are the ones next door that she asked to use the restroom, and they said no.
No, she said no.
Okay.
And like I said, she's not a nice person.
They're coming. What are your questions?
Yep,
I can help you with.
Who's coming?
To do the fingernails.
you said that we could.
And you don't have to allow us to do it, just so you know. So don't think that it's.
I don't have a problem.
Okay. Just make sure.
So, am I getting my phone back?
No,
Not today.
What about Lucas's laptop?
no.
No.
Not today.
What does that mean?
We're still going through everything.
Oh, that's fine.
You're the one just telling us there's videos that we need to see on it, so we need
That's
to do
fine.
our due diligence that we go through everything.
See, and that backfires on me now too, because now you all think that I had even more, in quotes, intent to do what I did then, which was not intentional.
What's that?
In that, is that correct?
She's asking about your tag in your hand.
No, but I'm asking if that's correct.
No, I'm not going
We're not
to read
making
anything
this
that
up.
you're saying. I'm not, that you're. No.
So, his probation officer,
Mm-hmm.
do you all inform her or do I need to call her?
We don't have to inform her, so if you would like to call her, you can. Are you saying because he's still on probation?
No, but because of the nice lady that she is and all that she's done for him, I thought I didn't know how it was.
Legally, we just have to tell his parents, and we don't go telling. We don't.
Everybody else?
I didn't even know who his probation officer was, so no, I wouldn't go tell.
So the same thing for classes. I need to do that too.
Classes. You need to do what?
Substance abuse class and his battery
Example.
intervention.
Yeah, we
Something
don't
else
have
I
to
was
call
curious
him.
to ask. So, other than this, so initially, what was the cause of death?
She is still pending because she wants to hold the body for an additional day to see if more of those bruises turn into something bigger. And she's doing some other tests that she's got to do. So she's pending it for now.
So, and that couldn't have been of him being in the suitcase? Or
That's
y'all are
her-
saying
she-
that I
that's what-
physically did it?
That's what she's determining.
So,
The ones on the head, I asked her, could that have been from the suitcase, and she said she didn't think so.
I didn't touch him, nor did he touch me.
Okay.
I'm leaving it at that.
Okay.
So, I don't know if you all know how to do this, because so that's what I was going to ask you. So, are you all updating his parents today, or when you get final, whatever?
What does it matter what we tell his parents? What do you mean?
Because
We're gonna talk with them.
Yeah.
okay,
I have to
but it's
tell-
going to come
like-
down to me.
What do you mean?
Like, so it's being put on me.
Who said that?
But I'm not, so what is it you would tell them?
We're gonna give them an update, just like we gave you an update on their autopsy.
Okay, so it's whatever
Well,
bruise, scratch, and
here's the thing.
whatever on the head.
We had to deliver news to them last night that their son was dead. There's not a whole lot of conversation that goes on after that. It's not a very easy thing
Was
to
it
do.
yesterday or Sunday? Sunday. Today's Tuesday, right?
Did we not meet you yesterday? We met you yesterday.
Yeah.
I'm just asking. Right? Did we not meet yesterday?
It's a valid question.
Really? Yes, on Monday.
Okay.
Got it.
Perfect.
So I don't know if I ask you guys or how I find this out other than talking to his parents, which is not gonna happen.
Yeah, probably a terrible idea.
How do you guys suggest me finding out about funeral?
Yeah.
That's not even something that's been probably talked about between the family. That's not something we asked. We have no way of.
I didn't know, that's why I'm asking.
It'll
So,
be up to them to make the arrangements of what they want to do. Like she just told you this quick, just being told last night, I'll pretty much be willing to wager that they have not even considered what they're gonna do.
Our body can't even be released, so.
That's-
I've been there with parents, grandparents, and uncles. So, I don't know if I have the right to or not, but like I was gonna call his former employees whom he really cared for and let them know.
You can call whoever you want.
I just don't want to do something that I'm not supposed to.
Oh, really?
How do I go about getting his
Such a rule follower.
wedding ring, engagement ring?
It's at the medical examiner's office. It'll come to us eventually, and then.
It'll be released to the next of kin.
Yeah, okay.
I bought it for him.
That is a civil issue. It was on his finger, it goes to them, they're the ones that are gonna release it, we don't have any say in that.
So I won't get that back. So for all of this, like how do I find out what's what, how many, like what's been found?
What do you mean?
Pillow with stain, swabs of stain from pillow, suitcase.
That will all be sent off to
FDLE?
FDLE, Florida Department of Law Enforcement. They do their testing.
So, and then like whatever white can with blood and necktie with blood was from the suitcase.
Correct.
Why would you guys, oh, you'll see it in there, the baseball bat for Lucas. And the seats. And this is just his phone, my phone, and then the laptop.
Yeah, when anything can be released, we will release it, but we are very early in this investigation, and it's not an overnight process, unfortunately.
So, what's next?
They're gonna come and swab your fingers.
No, I'm talking about like in the long run. Like,
In the long
what
run.
do I need to like, do I need to be doing something or
Yeah.
like,
I can't tell you like, what to do.
Yeah.
I mean,
Can't
like,
tell you
so,
right now.
like, for, like, I don't understand, like, I don't know if you guys are just gonna, like, because it makes it sound like, to me, like, I'm being accused of something that was not intentional. I'm being accused of it. And a handful of other things that I'm being accused of.
Excuse me. That sounds like
So I
Big
don't
deal.
want to be at home with Lucas and you guys show up.
Don't worry about that.
Okay.
I understand that.
So,
We're still investigating. I don't know what you want me to tell you.
so
I
is there
hardly
going
want-
to be concrete whatever it is, and then it's like, okay, this is what it is, kind of thing, or like, because I've done the whole court thing, I've done the whole attorney thing, I've done whatever, so if,
Whatever.
I'm not admitting anything about being intentional and I killed George.
Whatever.
Okay.
That's not the situation, but it's trying to be pinned on me.
You're not. You're trying to do it
Okay.
to me.
That was not my intent,
It's not me. It's not my intentions.
but it's trying to be pinned on me.
I feel like you're
So
trying to
however,
do
or
this.
whatever it is I need to do in order for that to be proven, then I need to do so, which is why I'm trying to get my ducks in a row.
I need you to stop this. We got to get the
So
ducks
that's why I'm
in,
asking
chickens,
what the
and
next
rice.
step is, other than me getting my nails swabbed.
I mean, you want me to tell you how to not be accused of a crime? Is that what you're asking? Like, I don't know what you.
I'm trying to prepare myself for whatever may need to be done, so I can, I guess, stick up for myself.
I mean, I think you're doing just fine. You came, you talked.
I just don't want you guys to, again, show up and Lucas is in the house.
Don't worry about that.
Well, we did tell you yesterday that we don't want to do anything around your son, hence why you came to us. So I don't know why you think that's going to change.
That and/or me not just show up back home.
I'm sorry, what? That or what?
Me just not show up back home. that's what, he's so happy that I'm staying over at the house with Brian, like so happy. And I'm not going back to the house, to my house, for however long I can stay over here because of whatever to blow over.
Mm-hmm.
And again, if you don't mind me
He's still
asking,
happy.
so for whatever it is you all are claiming from the videos, which, yeah, is that what you're going to tell them? Like his parents? It's like, oh yeah, and by the way, she did.
Did what?
I mean, what would you tell them?
I don't think it really matters what we're gonna tell the parents.
Oh yeah, it is, it's fuel to the fire.
Well, we can't hide things, and I don't know, I'm not saying we're gonna go, I'm not saying that we're gonna go and tell them every single thing we have, but again, this is the Orange County Sheriff's Office, that's public record, so eventually, like, this all will come out.
Mm-hmm.
So, it does, like, I'm not,
Matter of time.
you're making it sound like we're gonna tell them something, so then your life is in danger, and I don't like that accusation.
No.
So, let's just nip that in the butt right now.
Well, that's what's going to happen.
Well,
I cannot
What are we gonna
choose.
tell them?
But we can't even, but so technically there's no concrete report yet even.
Right, so,
it's,
you want me to, like,
I'm
tell
telling
you
you
exactly what I'm
what's
gonna tell them? I don't know what I'm gonna
expected.
tell them. I don't know what I'm gonna tell them. Let's just leave it at that. Just like you don't know why you went upstairs. I don't know what I'm gonna tell them.
So,
Parents that are dealing with.
can I
that's fine, but
can I call you the way that I did last time?
Yeah, my phone is an open line. Missy should be here. I don't know what's taking so
Yeah,
long.
well, it's coming out to look into.
I get it. Look, I get it.
she gets it.
That
Got
was
it.
really bad.
It's really bad.
So that's what scares me. Like, what do I need to plan on? Like, what do I need to plan on? I promise you, on my son's life,
Don't do
it
that.
was not intentional.
Do not do that.
I promise you, on Lucas's life, it was not.
No, stop pushing
Intentional.
on his life.
I don't know you. I can't say I know anything about you. I don't know what would be a true statement, what would not. I mean, if you're promising on your son's life, that's fine.
That's how much it means.
Sorry.
That's how much it, look, that's how much it means.
Okay.
I hope you take that to heart. Please.
And it's documented that you said that, yeah. I get it.
Do you have any idea when I can get my phone back?
You tell them?
What do you say?
I just said no telling. I mean, our digital forensics unit is, got a lot of cases on their plate. I mean,
Well, and that's not technically my laptop, it's Lucas's laptop.
Okay.
But he plays, you'll see all the games that he has on there.
as soon as we can get that back to Lucas, we will. As soon as we can release your phone, we will. But there's,
We can't do it
we
right
have
now,
no way of
lady.
being able to tell you because we don't have control over their caseload and how they arrange what they do. So I don't know. And at this point, I think, honestly, with everything else that's going on, that should probably be at the bottom of your list of worries.
All right.
I'm trying to make Lucas happy so he can have his laptop back.
Okay.
Okay.
Did Brian not have a laptop for him?
He has his laptop that he has to do for work, that he doesn't want him using it or breaking or dropping.
All right.
It's not a big deal. There's nothing on the laptop anyway.
It's not a big deal. Not a big deal.
So you will keep me posted, like updated.
Mm-hmm.
That's my thing, is I'm trying to figure out what I need to do in the meantime.
I don't know. I can't, I don't know what to tell you, though. What?
But you all have more information than I do, where it's, yeah, you might wanna, or yeah, you might wanna.
I'm sorry, what?
Like,
What?
we have more information on what?
Like,
We told you everything that we have. You know everything that we know. And most of it we got from you.
Mm-hmm.
but that,
But that,
like I was telling her, like, yeah, that's bad. Like, which I swore on my son's life was not intentional.
stop swearing on your sense.
So that's why I'm trying to figure out what I need to do for myself
Mm-hmm.
going forward with this.
Right.
Nonetheless, with his family.
Nonetheless.
And are you all just showing up with Lucas in the house?
I think we've already both told you that we would be mindful of any situations.
So do you guys, I guess you're gonna call me tomorrow? Or do we need to come back down here?
I'll chat with you next time. I have no idea when I'm gonna call you next.
Isn't the report come out tomorrow?
Our report.
I'm just saying a report is generated through us, and the sheriff's office is a public entity. So if someone were to come request something, then
No, I'm talking about, his autopsy.
she's waiting and doing more follow-up, but
She's looking at him again tomorrow,
yeah.
but she won't be finished with him because she's pending further stuff.
Okay.
So after this, what? I'm done? For now?
For now.
How long did this stuff take to get back?
The
Most
FGL
of that
results?
you won't get back. The swabs and stuff will stay.
But I don't know about it?
Sorry, our dispatch center keeps calling my phone. I keep having to have other people call them to see what they need.
I hope you all can really both truly understand that that was not my intent. I miss him a lot.
I mean,
No more.
but my question has remained the same. What do you expect to happen to somebody when you leave them in a position like that?
Yes, but you have to understand too,
No, just
on.
what would you expect to happen to somebody when you leave them in a position?
I had no idea because I've never done it before.
Why have you never done it before?
Why would I?
Exactly.
Why would I
did
do
you?
it before?
Why did you do it now?
I clearly have said why. Why?
No, you don't know
Never-
why. You
never-
just know that it's not intentional, but you don't know why.
Not intentional,
okay.
please.
Really?
I'm not trying to force you to say something that you don't know.
It's feeding and penning.
They played tag first, Bink. Then they went into hide and seek. That was after painting, and that was after puzzles.
The fact that you guys would assume that I'm that kind of person.
How could you think she's that kind of person? What is wrong with you people?
It happens.
I mean, she's had it. She's gonna get out of here. I gotta leave.
Like you said, you don't know me.
You don't know me.
What time is it, please?
4:46.
Okay, I gotta leave. I got things to do. There's a sale over there at TJ Maxx I've got to get to, and
In itself, for me to have to live with getting him out and doing what I did is punishment enough.
huh. Okay, so that's good then. Great. Then we're all set.
I think that's why I haven't slept,
Yeah,
because that's all I see.
that's good then. Punishment enough is good. Yep,
So
let's
that
go.
right there says something.
That'll save the state a lot of money. And yeah, sure. You're free to go.
Not my intention.
Wasn't in your intention. Of course not.
This is early to the start. That would be very I was like, literally there was a date that was like, that was
It ain't you.
Nonetheless, I have to live without him now.
Yeah, so nonetheless, good.
Nonetheless,
That's enough.
punishment in itself.
Punishment in and of itself.
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm good to go then. I'll take care of punishing myself. And
Well, yeah, a tragic situation.
yeah, it is. And I'll save you guys a lot of work.
I'm through with alcohol. And it's unfortunate that
Gonna stop
stupid
drinking.
things like this happen.
Yeah, alcohol makes you do stupid things. I'm gonna stop drinking. And I'll be out of here.
Nonetheless, I have to live without him now.
Yeah, and nonetheless, I have to live without him and stuff. It's enough. I'm going to be going now, okay?
His daughters too.
Yeah. It wasn't my fault.
Are you trying to make it worse?
What is wrong with you?
Sorry, what?
Are you trying to make it worse?
Make what worse?
How I feel?
Just a comment. I mean,
CSI, that was there yesterday. I think she took your photos. So I'm just going to take a swab and go around on one hand and then do the separate one for your other hand. Okay? Right hand.
All right, coffee. Oh boy, this one. I wonder if she had the big C of it. This guy with this pinky red shirt, I think it's the camera, but I would really like to know what color that shirt is.
And how are the numbers looking?
We're landing at a strong 70 SPF.
He's probably like, it's unfortunate I wore that shirt that day. I didn't realize it would be center of a very watched interrogation. This is quite the process of this woman, huh? Oh, can I go back to bed? Pretty soon, isn't this almost over? This is too much wrestling around. That would make you nuts, White Angel. You'd be like, stop it, shut up! Right? Was that what you would do? I don't know. Could you get the cuticles too? And is there a $15 upcharge if we just do I don't know, a gel paint on that? Only $5 more. Are you laughing out loud? That's good. It's better than crying. What is she doing? It looks like she's getting a manicure, but she is swabbing her hands to see if she has any evidence under her nails or on her hands. Could you get the toenails? There could be something in the toenails. She is wearing flip-flops after all. Could we do the toenails? All right, I'll get right out of your hair now. Thank you.
We're going to talk in a little bit. Thank you.
She coughed right in her hand, that lady. Okay, get some sanitizer in your
Sarah.
hands.
So, you're not free to go. Okay. Do you promise everything you told us was the truth? Or no? Everything we've talked about today?
Yes. What do you mean?
He asked to swear. Remember how I swore you yesterday on the audio recording? I just forgot, so he raised his hand to remind me to tell you.
Okay.
Do you promise and swear that everything we talked about today has been true and accurate to the best of your knowledge?
For which
True and
everything?
accurate to the best of your knowledge.
What, that it wasn't intentional?
Everything you've said
Everything you told
today, everything that's come out of your mouth has been true and accurate to the best of your knowledge.
To the best of my knowledge.
Correct. Yes.
Why?
Why?
That's how
Anytime
you
we talk
swear.
to somebody, we want to assure that everything that we talked about is,
True and accurate to the best of that person's knowledge.
it's not a trick question,
To the best of my knowledge?
to the best of your knowledge.
Everything that you've told us today is true and accurate to the best of your knowledge.
To the best of your
Yes, but it
knowledge.
was not intentional.
It's not intentional, though. It was not intentional for
Do me a
86
favor,
times.
stand up.
Stand up, please.
I need you to turn around, face the wall, put your hands behind your back. Do you have anything in your pockets that I should know about?
No.
Okay.
Why is this happening?
Because George is dead.
Not intentionally.
We understand
He's still dead.
Well, we don't
Someone
really
needs to
understand.
call Brian, please.
Okay.
Or can I not make a phone call?
You'll be able to make a phone call when we get you down to the jail.
So why is
You'll
this
be afforded-
happening? So this was a trick.
No, it's not.
No,
a trick. How's it
You
a
guys
trick?
tricked me. You tricked me.
I'm here to ask you to explain a few things to us. And
You were right, you're right.
your response to everything was basically...
Sir,
didn't
sir,
do
I
it.
need a lawyer. I need a lawyer, sir.
Doesn't matter. It's still there. Do me a favor. Have a seat.
Get me my lawyer.
Really.
So if I didn't show up. Why
We're
is it
trying-
happening?
Because
Before y'all said I could leave,
when...
that I was done after
Yeah,
that.
We
right.
were
You're
done.
liars.
We were
You're
done.
liars, people.
Absolutely.
So now, so that's what it is,
We are done.
We're done.
right? Not intentional.
Okay.
So what am I supposed to do now?
You will...
Someone needs to call Brian.
Okay.
Lucas is waiting for Mom to come home. This was not my intention. I thought I was waiting for you all to come and figure out what's what and how many.
That's what we're trying to do.
And I was going to be able to go home and see Lucas. Now he's just not going to have me come home. So there's nothing that I can do.
All right, no.
There's nothing that I can do in order to go home and see Lucas and prepare.
Not right now, no. You'll be afforded a time in court. You'll be afforded an attorney. You'll be afforded a chance to talk to a judge, and all that stuff will be worked out.
But what's the time frame for that, though?
I have no way of being able to tell you. You should make first appearance probably by tomorrow morning, if not tonight, depending on how things are busy, how quickly you get down there. I
I had a
don't
sneaky
work in
suspicion
that.
this was going to happen. And I need water, like, really bad, please.
Have a seat.
I need water. Bad.
You all shut me down.
Absolutely did not.
You all tricked me.
I just got those.
Okay.
Those are
You're not
mine.
allowed in the jail.
So I can't even smoke cigarettes and go.
No.
What? Am I good on that?
I'm going to assault someone if I don't get a cigarette
And what
before
am
we
I supposed
go.
to do with my car?
So you find where it is. When you get down there, you'll have 3 phones. You'll be able to call.
What, as soon as possible?
Yeah, once you get down there, get booked in, you'll be able to use a phone in the waiting
Or how long
area.
will that take? Because I need to talk to Brian.
I have
Yeah,
to
no,
talk
it
to
depends how
someone. I'm
busy-
going to
how
need a
quickly they get you
secretary.
through.
I'm going to need some
I would
notebooks,
say let them
paper.
know. It's a free phone call in the lobby. It's a free phone
All
call.
I'm doing is bring you there, sign
Yep.
this paper, and you're all
She
good.
has
Bringing you
no
there,
clue.
lady.
So can I ask you, or whoever it is, those holding cells, am I gonna be put in one of those?
I don't know.
Last time I had a panic attack.
Let them know that.
Yeah.
Last time.
Well, you're familiar with the big bay. As long as you go in and you act civil to them, they'll set you in the big bay. And you'll be left there for
Can
a
you
while.
request that while I'm there?
No, that's not up to us. We don't work at the jail.
As long as like he's saying, is if you don't
If you
act
go in and
up,
act like this,
Can I get a
you'll go
note?
in and they'll put you in the big bay. If you go in there screaming and kicking and yelling and
Why would I
cursing
do
people,
that?
I don't know. I'm just letting you know that's what happens. That's how they weed people out. If you go in acting like this,
So I asked for the big bay?
they'll put you there as long as you're
Big
acting like
bay.
this.
Yeah, because the last time I had a major panic attack on the little things.
Change the code.
good, Shannon.
I have not.
So what am I gonna do with my purse? Oh, sorry.
Your purse is gonna come, but the cigarettes and stuff can't, so.
I put the locker opposite with my nose.
Oh, no, it's all good. Mine are now opposite, so.
What made you all decide to do this?
Made us decide to do this.
Uh-huh.
George's dead.
You guys, I knew this was gonna happen.
You did? Okay.
So I
Well,
came down
we
here
did.
willing.
Yes, absolutely.
You guys. So not fair,
We
you
were trying to
guys.
figure out what's going on. We're still
It's
trying
not
to figure
fair.
Unintentionally.
out.
It was not intentional.
Intentional or not, George is dead. You act like when you say unintentionally, that absolves you from everything.
It's so not
I
fair,
need
you
to
guys.
get, I have my, I don't know if it's able to be or not.
I apologize.
So
I
not
have
fair.
things in my car that I need to.
Put your purse like that.
What kind of stuff do you have in your car?
I have my
Well, I have
agenda.
my medication.
My medication.
Okay, they have a pharmacy there, so if there's something that you have to have right away, you'll be seeing a
It's
nurse.
panic attack stuff.
My panic
Again,
attack stuff,
When you
guys.
get checked in, you're gonna be seeing a nurse.
I'm feeling a panic
And
attack.
they have a pharmacy there, so they'll be able to take care of any kind of that stuff. That protocol is out of my realm. I don't work down there, so I don't know, but I do know they
You
do
tricked
have a
me.
pharmacy.
You tricked me, you red
And
shirt
You
man.
will be afforded to see somebody. Okay?
All done?
Yes, ma'am. I think so. My bad.
And there's lawyer number 9. Now she has lawyer number 9. You guys, lawyer number 9. Okay. That's it. She got their 9th lawyer. They're really thinking they're going to do a trial starting October 7th? Yeah, right. How many of you think that trial is going to go off on October 7th, or do you think there's going to be another delay? Another delay, and another delay, and another delay. Now, word on the YouTube streets is that Dee Dee Blanchard's autopsy report of toxicology is going to be hitting the YouTube streets. Did you guys hear that? And I said that a while ago, and you know what? Some misbehaving lady said I was crazy or something. I don't know, something about it, but yeah. Oh no, August 31st. I remember August 31st when I was like, I don't know, 8 or 7 years old. I said to my father, "This is such a sad day. It's the last day of summer. I can't take it." And he was like, "Oh, it's okay." And now every time I think about that, I'm just like, ugh. I hate it so much. Time goes too fast. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, let's see. The trial will not start soon. You think there'll be many more delays? You think she'll lose lawyer number 9 before the trial? I just need this other one. I've got all those guys. I just need this one right here. Starts with an S. Starts with an S. It might be a T. I got it. I got it. I got it. Okay, guys. I'm going to let you go. I am exhausted. I've got a big day tomorrow. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Everybody be good. Love you guys. God bless. Prayers. Thanks for watching. We'll talk tomorrow. Be good. God bless. Love you.